Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Yardy Links, where today we shall be discussing Are Men and Women Equal Part Few. This shall be the final discussion. So, let me just introduce our host here, my co-host. So, to the far left, top left, we have Rory. And then following from there, we have Ryan. It's yours truly. We have below Leon. And then we have Leonie. Then our guest speaker for today, David. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me just give a quick introduction for David. He is the man that doesn't wear the S on his chest. However, he wears the cape for all females that exist. You know, some may call him a feminist. However, he is known as the female advocate. Yes, so let's kick it off.
Hello, welcome. Thank you for the invitation. Special shout out to Leonie, who's asked me to come before, and I made some time today.
All right,
I appreciate it.
So we've had this topic discussed already, and that is why this is a part 2. And Leonie believes that, listen, with the help of David, she'll able to prove to our audience that women needs more equity. Correct? Is that the correct word? Equity, right?
So I would argue that is not what Leonie brought me on for.
Yeah.
So what Leonie, I believe, brought me on for is not to prove it, but statistics show that women are not listened to by men. So if we had, let's say, and this is why I chose the word advocate. I wanted to be called an advocate because I cannot be an ally. Let's just state that from I cannot be an ally to women. Right? Okay, if you think about an ally, think about World War II. Yeah. England and France, these are allies. Mm-hmm. Same states, same fight. If they lose, is the same.
Everybody lose.
Is the same. Everything loss on the line for both of them.
It's the same loss.
In the fight for gender equality, I cannot be an ally because I don't have. It's life or death for Leonie. It's life or death for women. In the same way that white people cannot be allied with black people, they can be advocates for us, but they're not fighting the same fight. No, so from Leonie's standpoint, it is she was not listened to. So I'm here as an advocate, as a translator, as it were, to take what she has said.
I'll put it from you know what? David is here.
She was listened to, but I don't think she felt that we gave it enough airtime and support in a way that make it known to the public that this
can I just add? I don't know, because of you said you're kind of talking about as if I'm not here. So when I say I'm not listened to, I'm not just talking about 4 guys that are here, are you 4 guys? I'm talking in a general sense. So me and David have conversations left, right, and center about just men in general. And I call him my venting partner. When I'm pissed off or vexed with Matt, David, can you believe men did XYZ? And he's like, yeah, I can believe that because I am a man, I am part of that and whatever. So I'm not just here asking David to talk to just you guys, just in general. I've said to him multiple times, David, can you start a podcast and just talk to men, please? Like, can you just reach men, please, so that they can kind of understand some of the challenges that women are facing right now?
All right, so hold on. So let me see if I can get this correct. Mm-hmm. So this time around, right, we want to address this thing again in 3 parts, as I suggested. We're looking at equality in the household. And I know David's stance, and I have the opposite stance. As looking at equality in the workforce, and we're going to go back to, and we discussed it already, but we're going to go back to the third point to discuss, are men better leaders, right? Now, let us start with equality in the household. David, let me put it to you. Do you believe men and women are equal when you look at it in the household? Or should they be equal?
So I
The roles.
believe, as I said, I don't believe in equality for women, especially in the household.
Okay.
I believe in equity for women, especially in the household. And there's a big
household.
difference between equality and equity.
So
Should we
you're
double
saying
click?
that, let me just make sure I'm clear.
Yes.
Dog, you're not going to go around it today. You're saying men and women are not equal. And
Correct.
shouldn't be equal.
Correct.
Okay. Anybody else dispute that? Anybody in the comments dispute that? Men and women should not be equal. Leonie, because I know you're strong for these things.
Yeah.
Do you dispute that?
Do I dispute if men and equal?
Men should not be equal to women in the
I don't
household.
I don't dispute
All right.
that.
All right, good. So what does that mean to you, Leonie? When
What does that
you
mean to
say,
me?
yeah, when men, are you saying men are what? They're superior to women or what? When they're not equal, what does that mean to you?
In regards to right, so equality, and we've had this conversation, is asking of the exact same thing to 2 sets of people, right? Now, men and women have different needs, have different requirements. So giving them the same thing just wouldn't work. Men have different needs to women, and in regards to the households, there's even different needs within the household. So I remember my grandfather used to say, you give a man a house, but the woman is what makes it a home. So therefore, even in that sense, it's given.
Okay. Okay. All right. So, in terms of the equity, then, where do you find women not being treated fair
What in the household?
in a household?
So if we're talking about a household with a man and a woman and there's kids, right? When it comes to looking after the kids, generally speaking, we're talking a general, we're not saying in every single household this is what it is across the board. Generally speaking, women spend more time in the household with the children, regardless if they've got a job or not. Okay, so the cooking, the cleaning, the nurturing of children tends to lie on the woman.
And it shouldn't be?
So it shouldn't be. That's saying that's equity.
Why it shouldn't be? Why it shouldn't be?
That's where equity comes into it. We're not
No, but
saying
I disagree with that. Guys, Ryan, you think
hold on.
women and men should play the same?
no, that's equality. If we're saying the same role.
All right.
Equity.
So if we're
Hold on.
talking about
Hold on,
equity,
Ryan.
yes.
Before we go any further, we need
Before we
to
go,
establish
can
what
we
is
define?
equity.
let me
So-
share what the equality first. This is the definition of equality, right? So it means each individual or group of people is given the same resources or opportunities. And equity, it recognizes that each person has different circumstances and allocates the exact resources and opportunities needed to reach an equal outcome. Right.
So the key point is different circumstances right there.
Yeah, so if we're gonna and we got someone here who's put women are nurturing by nature. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. I think we fall into that category. It's this idea because we have carried these children, we've given birth to these children, therefore we have a bonding with our children that men may not have. I think, like I said, personally to me, I'm not talking on a personal view, I think that's just something that we've been thrown into. But if we want to go on that idea that women are hold on a minute.
I disagree.
How are you guys?
with that.
This is what
No,
I'm gonna
let
get.
her finish.
I'm gonna get passionate now.
Go on.
I'm gonna get passionate.
Finish.
In
Go on.
regards, if we want to going off of that foundation that women are more nurturing, okay, therefore they spend more time with the children, they look after the children, they put more time and energy into children, whether it be, I don't know, even simple things like cuddling your kids, right? Cooking, cleaning, all them things there. Therefore, when you're then having a household where, you know, two people go out to work, but then the woman comes home and looks after the kids and cooks and cleans, we can't sit here and go equality. That's nonsense.
Let me ask a question. By nature, can you say you disagree that women are more nurturing, right? I believe, and before you guys come and kill me, I believe men tends to be more creators and women more preservers, right? When I say that, women preserve things, right? Men change things, right? But here's why. Here's why you can't come kill me. Yeah, right? No, hold on. So when I say that men create things, and let's go back to even pregnancy. Men impregnate women, create embryo, create a life, and the woman preserve it.
No.
Hold on.
That's not how that
I think
works.
hold on.
That's not how that works. That's not how that works.
That's how it works. Who preserved the life? Hold on, Leonie. Who preserved? Hold on, Leonie. Let me finish. When the embryo has been created, who preserves it and bring it forth?
Who created the embryo?
No, hold on. All right. Who created it?
Okay.
Both of you created it. All right, both of you created it. Both created. Okay, but who preserves it? Who preserves it?
Okay, but even an argument, we created and preserved it. So.
All right. Good. Hold on.
Rory.
Okay. Can I say this then? Men are providers then. How does that
Can you hear me, guys? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, we can.
Can I just say this?
Yeah, we are.
In defense, in Rory's defense, I am saying that
You don't need to defend Rory.
You give. No, all right, not defend Rory, but from my angle, then you say we give women the house and then make it a home. We give them the groceries and then make a meal. You understand? So we
give them. What?
Men, we provide. We provide. We are a provider. We provide, and the women make it into something that.
Me never finish my point doing about. Go on.
Right. Okay. I want to jump on what you're saying. The roles that women are doing, they've been given. It has never been a choice, and this is where we're at with women, right? This is where women are at. Okay, so for centuries we are constantly told what we should and shouldn't do. So even like you're saying, men go out and create. Men go out and create because they've been given the option to go out and create. Women haven't been given that option. Okay, we've been allowed to work. Hold on.
Who didn't give it that option?
Let me finish. We've been allowed to work in the last 70 years. Okay, we've been allowed to get loans. We've been allowed to buy houses. We've been allowed to get cars in the last 70 years. You guys have been doing that for centuries. Okay, so when we're talking about equality, you can't say, hold on, you've been given freedom and quote unquote freedom. I understand in regards to black men, quote unquote freedom for the last 2-3 centuries. Women have been given quote unquote freedom the last 70 years. You then can't come in and say, well, let's give you all the same resources. It doesn't work like that. You've had 100-200 years start on us. And that's what I'm talking about in regards to equality. Equality doesn't work when it comes to men and women.
Leonie, let me say this. All right, when it comes down to men being creators, I'm going to say this in a capacity of as a lecturer. So I lecture part-time for those who don't know. I lecture part-time at the university. I lecture actuarial science, mathematics, and all about logics for me. And I have a class of, let's say, 18 students. And every year I tell my students, listen, guys, and by the way, it's dominated by girls, by the way. The class is dominated by girls. And I would tell them, listen, if you want to be on top of the food chain, you have to move where society is moving. You have to make yourself indispensable. And where society is going is when you have to go with technology, right? Artificial intelligence, computers are taking over. And I'm saying, rather than sit back and allow your job to be displaced by technology? Why not learn the technology along with what you're learning now, and so that it can be indispensable? And I said to them all the time, this is the point I'm trying to make. I said to them all the time, learn a programming language, learn about computer, and take over. Who's interested in learning about a computer language? And I can tell you, Leonie, and I've been lecturing at UTech for quite some time, and I can tell you, all the time, the boys are the one interested. The girls are never interested. They said, "Sir, I can't take on that."
I want to ask a question.
Hold on, let us finish up. And when you look at it, these girls were saying that they're not interested in these things. These are the things that are taking over the world. The internet, technology, self-driving cars, and all of these things that are taking over, girls don't want to be a part of. Now, when is it, when men now start to dominate, they're saying, oh, there's no equity because it is a male-dominated field and women are not given the opportunities, are not given they couldn't make a choice. They always
can I
have a choice.
Can I jump in there?
Okay.
Why are white, and we're generalizing, why are white people more entitled than any other race?
Why are white people
as a globally are known to be very entitled? Yeah, they're entitled. They within them it's this idea that things must be right for them. Why are white people?
Because that was the situation back then.
Okay, then. So why do you think women, 50 years later, after being saying, yeah, you can work now, you can go to university, you can have a decent job now, why do you think in your classroom they're still going, I don't know about that, this technology thing?
But who oppressed them? Nobody didn't oppress them. They had
David,
hold on. Let me hear David because he's been very quiet.
So no, I because I'm trying to give my client, or one of my clients, opportunity to speak. That's not like another thing for me. But, I want to roll back just a bit, just to the equity part of it, just to state my view on it. So when I say equity in the household, what I hear or what I mean by that is that if you are, as a man, going into a relationship with a woman, whether it's your girlfriend or your wife, if you are people living in one household together, my view is that it should never be 50-50. Minimum 60-40. 60 at the man.
60-40?
60-40, minimum.
No, 60 is
in terms of what?
towards
60 in
who?
terms of what?
Towards
So
the man,
in terms of
Explain.
paying the bills,
energy.
paying the bills, making this pay the bills, especially. So you should be paying majority of the bills. You should be doing your most to cook whatever meals or doing the shopping, like the labor that's going into the house.
And 60% is for the woman. It's for the woman.
No, should be on the man.
Is for the
man.
for the
And
woman.
60% is for the man.
Hold on.
Should be on the
Hold
woman.
on, David. So
Hold
hold
on.
on, David.
Yes.
Let me ask David something there, so.
Yes.
So let me say, because I'm trying to glean something from what you're saying here, because there's this narrative that you are putting out there, and I don't know where it is coming from. You understand where the 60-40? I don't know where the percentage is coming from. I don't. Yeah, but you say 60-40. And is it because you think men are stronger, men are better leaders? Where is it coming from?
So okay, yes, I love this question. Let me just point. Yes, I figure it out. Sort of. You're over there. There we go. I love this question. Not because men are stronger, not because men are better leaders, but because I believe in reparations. So this is my controversial point. I believe in reparations for women. Black people as well, but we're talking about women today, and the easiest way to give reparations is financially. So if we just want to put it as a baseline, if there's something I want people to come away from today, baseline, financial, any relationship you get into with a woman, it should be 60% of the bills, 60%. So the gas that going in the car, the food that buying, electricity, heating, all them things, 6% minimum should be at the man, 40% for the woman.
I
But
agree with that though.
If a relationship
And
is a
why
mutual thing,
that is coming?
question.
Yes.
Question. So if the relationship is a mutual thing, between two persons, why should one benefit more than the other?
Okay.
And you're saying equity. Remember, you're saying equity.
I'm saying equity,
Yeah.
That
right?
equitable.
Equity for women. So why I'm saying this is because we live in a patriarchal society. We can talk about this later. This is a point that I'm making. We can talk about it.
Yeah.
We
Good
live in a
point.
patriarchal society
Mhm.
where women are going to earn less over the course of their lives. On average, the woman is going to earn less.
That's fact. That's
Additionally,
fact. That's fact. That's fact.
women are doing more, as Leonie said, more
Why
of
is
the
that
work
fact? Because the early
in the household.
retirement? Because of early retirement?
No, due to
No.
when they start and when they stop. So overall, which makes sense.
Overall, women are
Overall,
paid less.
Yeah.
They
I
make
disagree with that
decisions
one.
about
Continue.
their
True.
I
career.
don't know.
Continue. You say they're paid less, but continue.
They're paid less, so
Yeah?
they're bringing in less. Additionally, they tend to do. If polls that have been done, you like data, so you can look it up. There were too many to bring, so just Google it.
That's true.
Like,
That's true, though. I agree.
Right.
That's generally speaking.
What's true?
Women do more
What's true?
of the,
Alright.
in terms of
Women
the
get
work in the
What's
household.
true?
at all points.
What's
That the
true?
women are paid
guys?
less, and they tend to do more work in the household, especially if they are children. So because of these two reasons,
I
because they're
disagree with
doing
that.
that labor,
I disagree with that.
Right.
Rory,
So
should be paying
hold
more.
I
on,
have data
hold on,
to show that
I can
that's not true.
disagree with that in some sense, in the sense that it depends on what job a female goes for, right? So if you're going to say that if a female, due to when she starts to work, due to whatever circumstances that might happen during working period, say that, as you said, maternity leave. So and then after that she might retire earlier. So over
Right.
that time period of stand, the amount of money that she could have earned, she would not have earned as if she was a male, right?
yes. Additionally, though, women are paid less for the same jobs. So remember that.
No.
Disagree with that.
No,
hold
disagree
on,
with
hold
that.
on,
I
hold on,
disagree
hold
with
on.
that now.
No, Fabian.
That's fact.
You have to
Yeah.
understand where I am, because I wouldn't say I'm a feminist, but I'm more leaning towards that because let me say this. And what David is speaking generally.
We
It's
don't
not
general
just-
speaking.
you're using context. There's some context where are situations where women are paid equal, but we're talking generally right across the board. And we know that because I've been in the sports arena where female referees are paid less.
You're gone back to
female
sports,
basketball-
Ryan.
Hold on. I'm just giving that because
You're
I'm
gone
in
back to
sports.
sports,
No,
Ryan.
hold on. I'm using
Everywhere.
sports because I'm in sports. Female analysts are paid less. Female referees are paid less. Footballers they're paid less, and that is true. So we're talking generally.
Male
And all
nurses
of
are paid less. Male HR managers are paid less. What about that?
They are.
Okay,
Okay,
I was going to go if
right,
acknowledge that.
But out of if we put every job together, if we say every job in the world, right, and then we look at man
True
as
that,
a
Granny.
whole
True that.
and
We go
women
for that.
as a whole, women are paid less. So I'm not saying
True.
I don't know the stats
Because
of
you
nursing,
lack the negotiating
and we
power.
lack
And not only
negotiate-
that, is what
right,
you
we
guys
do,
are
we do.
interested in. You guys don't
Okay,
want to build
so this is the
Tesla.
point. Can I jump in now? Because this goes back to the point that you were raising earlier about the women in taking your course. So we have to ask the question, why are women choosing not to go into these fields? Now,
Exactly. Answer
some
that.
people may know, some people may not know that I have a degree in computer science. I went to
No, I
Florida
did not know that.
right? I went to Florida Tech. I went to a
Florida
tech school. It was very difficult because, at this school, when I got there, we had a 7-to-1 male to female ratio. And then in my sophomore year, it was 5-to-1. So it was, as a young man on campus, it was very hard, pun intended. However, man is still a gallus and managed to pull through all of this. I don't know. I am brilliant. Just take a moment as it's being recorded to big up myself that I managed to pull even in these odds. Now, the thing is, right, if you did any sort of computer science, you would know who were the first programmers. Women, because it was seen as soft work. It was seen as work that no man going to do. Men supposed to go and chop down tree, maybe do some accounting, maybe go and work in the stock market, or build something, or work as a mechanic.
Nature.
But this whole thing about programming, the first programmers, we did not, like, you saw Hidden Figures?
Typewriters, females, typewriters, yeah.
Right, it was women.
Administrative work. Yeah,
exactly.
females. Yeah,
So they were the first people to the moon was written by women. And then men came in and pushed them out. And now push them out because hang on, wait. Let me just stop here a second, because if you think about now, little girls, I don't know how many of y'all are parents, but
all of us.
You may be a little bit. I'm the only non-parent here. But I want you to think about the toys that you see advertised to your daughters. I want you to think about the presents that you've bought for your daughters growing up. I want you to think about maybe as programmers, you might be encouraging them to take a different path. But remember, you live in a specific bubble. As educated, Black, middle-class Caribbean people, we are in a bubble. We live a life that is unmatched throughout the diaspora. We have a view on things that a lot of people don't have. And I hope I don't offend anybody from any other part of the world listening to, but it really is true that Black Caribbean people have a different view on this, and especially the way we raise our children. If you cannot see it, you can't imagine it. Barack Obama was not a big deal for a lot of us because we already had PJ Patterson. We had so many doctors, lawyers, people that, you could obviously believe that you're going to be Prime Minister of Jamaica. You're going to be this, you're going to be that. We cannot envision that there were Americans growing up who knew that you could be anything in this country, but you could never be the president. Because if you can't see it, literally, that's why representation on TV matters. If you can't see it, it's not real until it's done. And so if we think about all the movies that you watch, Hackers, The Matrix, who are the leads? Who are the cool programmers? Who are freaking Boiler Room? Let me think of some of the coding things that was out there. Even more recently, I never watched it, but The Social Network. These are all very male-driven, cool tech bro programs. And that's why the dudes, little boys sitting there, like, I want to do that. I want to be that. And then they put on Bridgerton for women.
But isn't it that they, just like how they say about the music is a representation of the actual. Is it the movie also a representation of the actual?
Who's writing the movies? Because if you look at Friends,
most of it are men.
Look at Friends, okay? Friends is a sitcom. Does everybody know Friends?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Anybody here been to New York?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you walk down the street in New York, who you see? All kind of people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
People from China, people from this, that, all kind of mix up. When you watch Friends, how many Black people them had on the show? None. They had on, what's her name? Oh, she's really tall, really funny. She's a comedian. Alicia Tyler. That was her name? Alicia. I can't remember her name. Alicia something.
I never liked the program growing up.
But
No, what's the point? What's the point of Friends?
The right people writing the show had a show in New York. In New York! So is Friends a reflection of reality?
Not a representation.
Dunkirk.
No, but Friends is probably just one.
Okay, hang on.
But we're talking about that's movie.
But hold on. So the actual thing. Remember now, don't digress. The actual thing in New York is that you have a diverse set of people, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Right. Mm-hmm. And so you're saying Friends is not representing the actual, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Good. But the actual thing in society right now is that males are in the computer field. So the movie is going to reflect the actual. It's not like the movies are not doing opposite of what is actual. If you check the levels, look at this. Check the multi-billion-dollar companies, right? The Facebook, the Google, the all tech companies, WhatsApp, and all of those things we use. These are ideas that could have been that could have been easily thought of by women, but yet they were thought of by men. What's the reason behind that?
Not just men, but white men. Again, these are ideas that were thought of by easily thought by many people, but who got the capital, who got the backing. We talk about Amazon, we talk about Jeff Bezos. These are all people who came from wealthy white families, had the opportunity. So let's not get mixed up. Again, what you see, what is being shown is protecting the standard core. People in Hollywood are not making movies to turn out revolutionaries. Now, go back to my example. Look at Dunkirk. Okay, Dunkirk, did y'all watch it? It was about rescuing the soldiers from the beaches of France and getting them back to England. I watched this movie. All them soldiers suffering, we caring about them, we want them to be free, We wanted to get back to England, Lily White to the team. They don't show the North African soldiers that were on the beach with these men. They don't show the Caribbean soldiers that went and were fighting.
Can I
They
just
don't
add?
show black
Can I
people
just
as
add?
part of the
Right.
history.
I think
What
we're
you're-
digressing here. How we
No, but
reach
what-
the race? How we're
but
trying-
what-
how we're
Right,
saying about the
Right,
female.
what we're talking about is actually an actual theory, and it's actually by a Jamaican theorist called Stuart Hall, and he talks about representation theory. So as David was talking, just saying there, what if we don't see it, we don't know it, we don't understand it, so we don't know how to get there. So in regards to women, right? So you're saying yes, the YouTube. Sorry, you as you taught me this week that the CEO of YouTube is a woman, but Google and all these are men. So it wouldn't even be a thought process. It wouldn't even be an idea. The reason I'm as quote unquote independent and a strong black woman, because that's what I was surrounded by. Now, if I was it from a household where I saw two parents and my mother was a stay-at-home mother and she cooked and cleaned and it was a very happy childhood, I'd probably want to do the same thing. Because that's what I saw.
Leonie, I want to ask you one question then, Leonie. One question I'm going to ask you. One question I'm going to tell the viewers. In what way, shape, or form you as a black woman feel oppressed?
How do I feel? I'm a woman. I'm black.
All right, let's see. Yeah.
No,
In
no,
what
no,
way?
no. Forget the black part.
All right, forget about the black
How-
part.
yeah.
How as a
Somebody
woman
example.
you feel oppressed
You feel-
or
yeah.
suppressed?
So I wrote a
Yes.
status on my Facebook the other day, and I'm constantly reminded that I'm not married, and I'm constantly reminded that I need to have more children. Now,
Get in truck, man, them
hold
get it
on,
too.
hold on.
All right, fine.
I'm 30 years of age. I've been through a whole lot within my life, those that know me, and I'm about to complete my PhD. I get more stick about not being married than completing a PhD.
Men
That's-
get it worse. If a man don't have a child, in a gelding truck, workless man, he not good for nothing. At the same thing,
I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to.
men get it worse.
No. We do get it. Yeah.
When a man,
I'm not
when-
saying
I walk
you
around
don't
with
get
putting them in your back.
so tell me how you as a woman
Hey, boy, I
feel
ride you.
oppressed. That's an oppression.
Because what I'm doing isn't it?
David, help her. David, help her, please.
I have a question for you men. What is the female analog to eligible bachelor?
Eligible bachelor.
They have listed these things that come in time with people. So take as much time as you need to think about this question.
Like? What does she
Go
look
ahead.
like?
What is the female equivalent or analog to eligible bachelor?
There's none.
Top 10 sexiest
You're
eligible
like-
bachelors.
you're
Go.
like, tell me what.
What do you mean? One who have
Whoa.
a good job, buy our own stuff, own our own house, and everything. What do you mean by?
So what do we call that? Do we have lists of these women who are single?
What do
and
we call it?
naked?
What do we call it? Tell me, because with
No. So hold on.
No, right, make it. Let me tell it. Tell me, what do we
I'm
call it?
confused. Yeah,
Yeah,
please
I'm
tell us. Now when you confuse me now.
Ask
Go
the
for it,
question
David.
again. All right, let me break it a little simpler because I have to remember that
Well,
you
well,
guys. I am actually here as a friend trying to bring you all on a journey, and I have to
No,
remember
but
I am
go on.
further ahead.
David,
You are.
don't.
Alright.
What was the word again?
Hold on,
Gillas-
man.
What was the Gillas shop? What was the word
Don't
again?
gish gallop us. Do
Gish
not gish
gallop.
gallop us.
Don't gish gallop. Don't go around the thing.
Let me bring you on a
Tell
journey.
me.
In our society, as it exists today, right, we have a term known as an eligible bachelor. Right? You've
Right.
heard this term before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine an eligible bachelor, somebody who is
And you have bachelorettes.
child.
Yeah, but I want to hear the word, David. I want to hear the word.
Exactly. Wait, so you're saying that you've seen lists of eligible bachelorettes and then featured out the way that we do for bachelors?
What is the
You're saying
word,
this?
David?
That's
Come,
what
the man.
he's saying.
Oh!
There's no word.
This?
There's no word.
When you say that women
And what does that prove, David? What does that prove?
So when you are saying to me that women are holding this, that men are holding the same amount of stick for being childless and unmarried as women are, if we don't have list of eligible female
Bachelorette.
in our society, that cannot be true.
But we do. Yeah, but we do.
Because
There is.
an unmarried
Let's
woman,
say-
what are you? Listen to the word, a spinster. That sounds like, even to say it, got spit at the
David,
stage.
are you
No,
talking about the
alright,
English
alright.
language now?
Listen.
Oh my
Oh
God.
my
Guys.
days.
Be real.
Oh my
What
God,
David?
David. yo.
Ask about Leonie.
Hold on.
David,
Leonie.
David,
Stick up here.
David.
No, go back to Leonie.
I think there's
Leonie,
too much
how are
emotions
you?
in this more than
chat.
facts.
Any female
Leonie,
in the chat,
tell the
can you answer
people
the
them.
question as well.
Answer the
How do
question
you
and
feel
tell the
oppressed?
people. How do you feel oppressed?
Okay, hang on. So, as a black woman, right?
You're a black woman?
I'm not
Hold on, man.
missing. If Leonie goes missing and women in London, black women went missing, crickets.
No, that's madness.
Police carry away the woman and they found her in tutus.
Wait, hold on a minute. What black woman do you know went missing?
No,
If
remember,
a woman goes missing, the whole world.
No, stop. Please stop. I beg you, because you're chatting. I'm gonna curse.
I'm listening.
Okay.
For those, I'm gonna put that Leon and I'm gonna put out Fabian because they live in this country.
Right,
What
but not that love for know anything about who got missing or
black
anything like that.
woman do you know publicly was all over the news that went missing?
None.
What black woman you know go missing that was on the news?
Well, stop. That's the point. We go missing 4 times more likely to go missing than white women in this country. 4 times.
All right, so what white woman you know go missing? What white woman you know?
Went missing last year because of her police.
Can we save that one for the next discussion? But
I want to ask you. You see, you keep using you. How do you feel oppressed? And she not answer my question.
No, hold on, Dave. Hold on,
not
guys.
even at the question.
We're all over the place. So, hold on. So, more kind of one reverse question. You asked it a while ago, Rory. How many white people gone missing that you know about? Because me no know none. And do you know of any Leon that went missing over in Inner?
Leah, I see it on the news. Leah, one of the popular one.
Okay.
I see it on the news all the time.
Sarah Everard went missing last year. We're on.
Me never actually see no black woman.
Never know that.
Never know that.
Guys, listen. Stop for a second. Because we don't want to stray.
But we're not talking about that.
We're talking about that.
Everywhere, man.
Yeah. Women and men. She's saying that they are saying that they want more equity for women. And I'm saying, as a woman, can you share experiences, right, where it's not equitable for you personally?
Right, I will share. As I said from the very beginning, for centuries, women are told how they should behave. Children growing up, you have boys will be boys. Girls, you need to behave like this. Girls, you need to prepare yourself so that you can serve a man. Can you cook? Can you clean? Have you done your hair? Right? In regards to how we carry ourselves as women, we are constantly told. However, me, as a woman, personally, I go against the grain. So now I'm too educated, I'm too independent, I'm too self-sufficient. Where you're going to put a man into that? So that's where my oppression comes from.
Okay, all right. Let's take up in again.
Hold on.
Because within a marriage, there has to be some sense of submission.
You understand that, Leon? Okay, fine.
You hear anything what I just said a while ago?
No, let me hear Leon.
Go on, Leon.
So, me and my wife, we graduated from college the same time, teachers college the same time. We graduated from university the same time, and we work the same amount of years as a professional teacher. Now, for some reason, me get a whole heap more money than she. I get a lot more money than her, and it includes we do the same work. Although technically I'm head of subject or head of department. She still do a lot more work probably than me, and
I will debunk that for you. Sure.
No. But I get a lot more money than her. Now, if you help out David and Leonie's speech or statement, when we come home, a typical home feel like us or how me grow up is that the woman that do the cooking and the washing and the cleaning and stuff. I help out a lot, but she would have probably argue that she spend more time working with the kids and doing all of these women nurturing thing where me and do. We might spend time with the kids and all of them stuff there, but she generally does spend more time. So if she do more at home and she do the same as me at work and stuff, why is it that they would get less? So we can understand the equity part where I mentioned, because sometimes I feel like, my wife really work hard, because me couldn't go work and do all of this and then come home, stand up, see me, I cook and do all them stuff there. So for sure, I would have given her more money or give her more of my money. So we can understand that part about equity.
The
But
60-40.
is it so for everybody?
Hold on.
And everybody have the same situation like me, where we do the same job as a career. So some people might be different. And how do you look at that? And how do you treat your wife? Basically, when you go home from work, is it that she have to do all that the homework there or housework because you're a man and you don't do it? What is the difference?
No. Of course, everyone should help out in the household. So I'm not disputing that.
Of course.
But Leon, you're omitting something here. You see, when you went for your job, because you already told us this story, yeah? When you went for your
First,
job,
may I hear it?
No, you
No,
hear
you
it
weren't here, Rory.
as well.
You did
You
there.
hear it as well.
Okay,
When
okay,
it
go
when
ahead.
he went into that interview, the way he presented himself is why he's on the amount that he's on, right? So
Negotiation.
therefore, negotiation
But we've
was
had
the
this
power that you
conversation.
use to have the pay that you have.
But we've had this conversation.
right?
But we've had
What
this
is it?
conversation.
But
why
I want to ask you a question,
why
Leon.
women don't go in and negotiate. We've had this
Yeah,
conversation.
we have the conversation, but hold on.
Women don't
But
Leon.
it's not us who oppressed you in that
Right.
way. We
But
all
no,
grew up
hold
this
on.
way, you know.
Why-
Hold
but
on.
it's like, hold
Let's go
on.
back
No,
to the beginning of
How much
time.
that time?
Yeah, when we go back to the beginning of time, where men were the ones who would go out, hunt, and everything, right? The women have the nurturing spirit, the ones who would take care of things in a home. That's why a home would be a home. A man can't
That's
make
true,
a
David.
home.
It's true,
We can't
David.
make a house, right? But we can't make a home. That is how it was,
True.
right? It's not nobody oppress anyone and say, yo, you need to do this or whatever. However, just like racism, over time, as it goes on generation to generation, things get twisted, right? And then ideologies get placed into people's mind, and then things go out of whack, just like racism, right? So yes, eventually you have a point in time where females were banned, of course, from working. How dare should a female be working? Because no man mind twisted and things just go out of whack. So I get that. However, we're at a point where you are able to work, you're able to do this. We are, even men as lecturers, are encouraging.
They're working more than us.
But
The
you-
workforce is
but you
dominated by
start-
women, you know.
But that's okay.
Right?
The workforce.
Can we
The
add to
workforce
that?
is
I really
dominated
want to add to that.
by
I really want to add
women.
to it. I really want to add to it. Right now, I want you to hear yourself and imagine that's coming from a white man telling a black person. But we're allowing you to work. Go out and do what you need to do.
But
We're
that
not
is true. Isn't it
we're
true?
not
Yeah,
pressing you
but
anymore.
You
But
are
how
a
can you
lecturer
treat-
at a
What's your
prominent
problem?
university. Let me ask a question. You're a black
No, I
woman,
agree
right?
with Leonie.
No, you're a black woman.
No, hold on.
Aren't you?
No,
Hold on.
I
You're
am.
a black woman, right?
Yes,
Good,
I am.
good. Aren't you a lecturer at a
Yes, I
prominent
am.
university?
That I am. Yeah.
How is it? So, someone you're not being oppressed.
But then
Black people are in power.
Hey, no.
No, hold on.
Black people,
Hold
a
on,
lot of
hold
black
on.
people. You are speaking
Hold on,
as if
hold
you are
on.
not working at a prominent lecturer, getting a nice salary.
Yeah.
Where exactly do you feel oppressed?
Because
If I say to you that, hold on. If I say to you that yes, no, women can work, and you are working, what is your problem then?
Wait, hold on. Barack,
David, let me hear David, go on, talk, David.
the president of the United States, racism is over. That is how you sound to me right now.
yes.
No. Hold on. Hold
How are we
on.
going back to
Hold on.
racism?
Let's not go to racism. You still go back to racism. No, it's not the same thing. We're talking about
Not
gender
the
here.
same
Genders.
thing. The
I'm asking.
problem.
Whoa! Okay, no. Hang on,
Calm down.
stop.
No
stop.
escaloping.
Right, hold on. All right, stop. Hold on. I'm going to ask a question.
But let
Ryan.
me just base some facts here. We are all black people here, right? I mean, you look black
Correct.
to me, but just make sure.
All
Do you
right.
believe that institutional racism exists?
I identify as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, racism. Racism
Institutional racism exists.
exists in certain parts of the world. Correct.
Which parts it don't exist?
Research, yeah.
Because I need to move there.
Another party doesn't exist.
Tell me, come on.
Hold on. All right, stop. Hold on. I'm gonna tell you. So right now, because I can't talk about racism because I don't live in a white-dominated country. But let us speak to
But racism
Leon.
exists in Jamaica, though.
Hold on. Racism doesn't exist in Jamaica. Classism exists in Jamaica. But hold on.
Classism exists as well. But
Hold on. We are gone. Come back. Leon
Be a pretty brown
works
girl
in
to work in
a
the bank,
white-dominated school. Right? Hold on. Listen. Calm down. Ryan works in a white-dominated environment. right? And I personally asked Ryan this months ago, if Ryan can agree with this. I said, Ryan, I know you work in a white-dominated place. Have you ever experienced racism? Ryan said, never. Never experienced it. Doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It doesn't say he never experienced it. I asked Leon this months ago, before this conversation. I said, Leon, have you ever experienced racism at a school? Right? Leon said,
Yes, I say yes.
He said, well, I'm not telling you what he said. He said, somewhat, right, because of, well, I mean, because it's not on the ear. But, hold on. I can't say it. But Leon, you just said, Leon, right, that if even though it exists, you are the head of your department and people fight you out. People fight you don't have to do with nothing about race. See, in this case, right? People fight you out just because you're the head of it.
It could be.
Right?
Because he's black.
It could be race. It could be race.
It's because he's black.
But he got the head of the department. He's
Barack
running the
Obama
department.
became president. Okay,
Hold on.
All right.
Barack Obama
My
became
situation.
president. Racism's gone. I'm a lecturer in a big university.
But you're not sharing how you experience it.
But I'm telling you,
How you
keep
experiencing
jumping.
this
Right,
this thing?
Right. When we are talking,
Teach
generalizing.
us.
Hold on.
When we are generalizing, right? So I've had to fight a bit harder than my white counterpart to get to
How?
where I am.
How you fight harder? Tell me. Because we as black, I fight hard to
Hold
get
on
where
there,
I'm
Rory.
at. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
Hold on. I want Leonie to finish her point. But
Yeah,
guys,
explain
can we
it.
please focus on what we're discussing. Because
Gender,
we're
with the gender.
going back. We're
Yeah.
going back to
Can I-
racism.
race.
You're telling
Right.
me about
And I
your
need-
white
I
part.
need-
We're
You
talking
cannot-
about the
Go
only
on.
because all that we're using racism.
You're trying to use racism as something so we can
justify.
understand that
To
but it's not the same.
They're not
The
the same.
oppression is
Why is it
different.
not the same?
All right,
I
hold
don't-
on.
how
It's
can
not
you
the
say-
same. Racism and gender, two different something.
how is it not the-
People, hold on. For the viewers and everybody here, forgive the host and everybody that talk about race so much. Let us go back.
Oh my God!
Can I say
the
something?
gender?
Yeah, let's
Jeez.
and I want to bring across a point here because I don't want to sound like I want to construe that. My point is, because I think that women, because over the years I've watched and I've seen how women behave, and I think they're in it to nurture. It is innately endowed within them. We as men are not like so much like that, and so and you're talking about centuries ago and decades ago. It's not. It has to do with the innate endowment. It's not how you train. It's not how you. It's within you. It's within females.
Let's
Yeah?
get some data down because y'all said you wanted me to bring data.
Yeah.
Black women
go ahead.
are is it twice or 4 times as likely to die in childbirth? Doctors do not believe that black people.
Go back to
stick
black
in-
again.
Second, you asked,
Oh, Lord,
you
I
asked
can't-
for experience of black women oppression, right? Die in childbirth. Even Serena Williams, tennis player, she asked for pain meds. The doctors ignored her and ignored her bleeding because we're black and we're strong and we can take all the pain. So there's some oppression for you. Black women are the last people, the least likely to be chosen in social media apps.
Black
Look
women
at-
are women.
Black women are
Black
least
wo-
likely to be
What
swiped
about
on.
women?
Hold on, are least likely to be swiped upon in social media apps. All right?
Right,
Sorry,
can I-
in
can I
dating
just-
apps.
Can
In
I
dating
just
apps.
want? Can I just jump right?
But David, that's black. That's talking about black. I'm talking about women.
But
But you
wait,
have to
men.
I can only right. If we're having this conversation, and this is where me and David differ in the feminism. The reason I would never say I'm a feminist because I believe feminism is made for white women. It is not made for black women. So in regards to feminism was the white women wanting equal rights to work and all those things. Women were put out to work and do a whole bunch of nonsense for dirt cheap. We were slaves. So it's a different conversation. So I cannot, when I talk about women, I have to talk as a black woman because that's my identity. That's who I am, and everything I do is about being a black woman. No, I don't get to just be a woman. That's a different conversation. I don't get to live my life as just a woman. So when we're talking about
Because I
being
live
a woman,
in UK. I
yeah,
understand what
and
you're
it probably
saying,
is. Yeah, I
I
don't
understand what
get
you're
to
saying.
just be a woman. So we're gonna talk about black women because that's the only standpoint I can come from. And I'm guessing in regards to David, who he's surrounded with, his family, he's surrounded with, and who he associates himself with are black women. We can only speak from a black woman's point of view. Anyways, David, go ahead.
But then
Hold on,
again,
hold
we
on.
look
Sorry,
at
Dave.
the unpaid labor, right? We look at Before 1978, women could be fired for being pregnant, and you can't do nothing about it. That was just good business. Why would you pay this person who's not working for you at this point
That's
in time?
1978, though.
Okay, we're gonna talk.
So when
Let's talk about that now.
that in the 60s, just 8 years before, why this intersects, and again, intersectionality of race and gender is because a lot of the things that women are able to do now came out of the Black civil rights movement. And I would argue that even though Black people now have more rights and protections, the struggle is not over. The fight is not over.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
To go. So just because, right? So if you can agree that recently Black people were given these rights and we still have far to go, then hopefully you can also agree that very recently, up until 1971, women could not get a credit card or a loan without a male co-signer. So they need to, we have further to go. This is yesterday.
So can I say something? So hold on. You made mention of that's 1970.
People them say that digressing now.
Oh no. No, we're not digressing. That's 1978. What privileges women don't have now? Women don't have now that men have. That's what I want you to answer, David.
What
What privilege?
It's the same thing. It's still the women are told what to do and how to behave. Men don't get told what to do and how to behave.
Explain that some more. Explain that some more.
Explain that.
Yeah, women are told what to be and how to behave. Explain that.
Maybe how to dress.
We are told how to dress.
How are you guys told how to dress?
I am told how to dress at my work. I need to wear it.
They say don't wear pants here bottom. Don't do this, don't do that. Boys can't wear them pants underneath them bottom. Boys can't do all the stuff.
Okay.
Leonie, can I
You have
tell
to
you
do
this?
that.
Go on then, David.
Here's an analogy that I found really useful. All right, when we're talking about equity and equality, and I'm not going to talk about race.
Yeah, go on.
Okay,
Good.
right.
Please don't.
So let's just look at it this way: the roads in Jamaica, Birmingham, Northampton, wherever y'all are, right? The roads. They say that we should all be able to use the roads equally, whether you're driving, whether you're a pedestrian, whether you're on a bicycle. All right. Now, we would not necessarily say that people on bicycles are oppressed by people in cars. But even though people on bicycles and cars should be able to use the same road to get where they're going, we need special laws to protect people on bicycles. Because...
But I'm feeling oppressed by bicycles. By cyclists.
Right, exactly. Yes.
I don't know what you're on about right now.
Hold on. I'm really glad you said that. I'm really glad you said that.
Keep going, man. Keep going. I want to see where you're going.
So people on bicycles spend a lot of their lives terrified of being hurt by people in cars. Okay? People in cars feel like people in bicycles shouldn't even be on the road. Why aren't you a car? This road was made for us. They don't want to share. When laws are made to protect the people in bicycle and say, yo, don't drive so close to them. When you come to the stoplight, you must stop here. The bicycle people have this thing. People say, why are you making all these special laws? Okay, they tell bicycle people to wear a helmet. And a lot of times when bicycle people get hurt on the road, a lot of the time the blame goes immediately to, what was the bicycle person doing? They must have been doing junk. Because bicycle people are always doing junk. They're always doing this, that, and next. So using that same analogy, the world is made for men. The world as it is constructed is made for men. I will give you an example that's real easy to see. I don't know if y'all are good Christian boys, if you ever went to the club. But if you go to any club tonight, today, tomorrow, you're going to see a long, long line for women and no line for men. Why is this?
Well, that's not.
I don't go to the clubs. I wouldn't know.
I don't know this exactly. Hold on. Before anyone, hold on, Ryan, everyone. Can everyone just stop for a second?
Someone's actually
Hold on.
Who is riding the bicycle?
The bicycle, man or woman. Exactly. So before we continue, hold on, guys. Before we continue, we did mention 3 topics, and I've seen multiple times in the chats. The guys are saying, which topic are we discussing? I think we have gone all over the world. I think we went on a wild chase here, and it's now 53 minutes in. I believe this will go longer, and I hope you guys are here for the long ride. But let us get some order to the thing, yeah?
I'm not going to discuss this
what
again.
What are we discussing? Yeah, we're not discussing this again. So what are we discussing? Because we mentioned was it equity in the
We
household
started
or
with the
equality?
household, and then we was going on about the workplace.
And I think we all agree
I
that
think we
women
cover
should go
both.
40 and men should go 60. Because myself,
Yeah,
Leon,
I
and Leonie were like,
So
yes.
we
and
agreed on the
gonna
60-40.
Yeah,
I
I'm
have
gonna
no
put a number
problem
to it.
with
I'm not
that.
gonna put a number to it. I'm gonna say I'm gonna do more. I'm willing to give more. Probably could be 70.
But there, I don't know about no rule be there.
60-40 is minimum.
Yeah.
Minimum, financially.
Uh-huh.
Why is that the case? But anyways, you know what?
I don't
Let's
like
move on
these
now.
things at all.
I don't like
these
these
things. And I don't
You know,
agree with that
let's move on.
60-40.
I don't agree with it. You know, I don't agree with it. But you know what?
Women are paid
Thank you very much.
Can you disagree with that? Women should
Right.
get more equity in
When
the
we-
household
right,
because
but-
they're paid less and they do more. It's really that simple.
When
Oh, but I think David.
When we're talking in regards to, and I'm gonna have to because I'm trying to do an analogy between gender and the race, because I'm like, as black men, you understand that bit. That's why I'm using race, because you guys are black, so you understand what it means to be black, right? You're not a woman, so you have no idea what it means to be a woman. Right. So when we're talking about equity, we're talking generalizing. Now, there's a likelihood that I could date someone, marry someone who earns less than me.
That's an outlier.
Right?
Outlier.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we are generalizing it. So I can't.
And should he contribute 60%?
No, he wouldn't
Okay.
contribute
No.
60%. No, that
We're
wouldn't
talking about
work.
those are outliers.
We're talking. We're generalizing here, right? There's a possibility and there's a likelihood that within a relationship, the woman is going to do more and she's going to earn less. So therefore, the man in that household has to do more within the household because he can't do anything outside.
Amen. Amen. Preach
Just
it.
we're there. Everybody get there.
Yeah, man.
No,
All right.
I don't know. Hold on, before I want to say something. I want to say something. And again, guys, forgive us for going this long, but we're not going to go back on this topic again. I just want to iron out everything. Right? I'm going to use my household as an example. Right? So, in my household, correct, I earn more. In my household, correct, the woman does more. Right? Correct. Yeah, you're correct there. And you're correct that the woman may do more in terms of nurturing the children. You're correct there. Now, what we are somewhat debating and having discussion about is the roles.
All right.
Right? We have to talk about the roles.
I think what Toussaint is
Because
talking about, same thing.
there is a clear-cut role for the man or the father, or some may say the head of the household. And there's also a clear-cut role for the woman as well, right? Now, if I look at it, right, and I lose my household, even though, yes, I tend to lead more, I lead, and my wife support wholeheartedly, right? So what happened is that we are a unity. We're well united, one, but I am the head of the household. And the vision of the household, and the vision how we move comes from me. Now, I would say that we are doing pretty well for going 20 years, right? And I would say we have no issue whatsoever. None. Now, I've seen, and I want to say this to the viewers, I've seen many relationships, right? We watch our friends' relationship just go sour, either through financial problem and so, because their power struggling at the place, and all of these things, right? And they don't understand their roles. Now, here's the thing. When I talk about 60-40, in my house, it's not 60-40. It's probably 100-0, because it's one funds, it's one money, it's one household. So what she earn and what I earn comes to one pot.
Right.
Right. And then you have also the man responsibility is to say, all right, listen, this is what we're going to do, right? We discuss it, but the vision comes from the man. The man is the leader. Now, what is the problem with society, and I think it's happening in a lot of households, that the men are not leading, right? And so the women are saying, you're not do the job, I'm going to do it for you. And then when the woman now decides to go do the job, right, the men now feel less than, and there's a power struggle and problem, right? No, men and women were never created equal. They are two different species, right? They function different, the roles are different, but they should be treated as one, right? And in the household, the man and the woman, as much as they are one, they should be different. They cannot be equal. The roles are different, everything. In terms of equity, yes, some things, some women are being treated unfairly, but that is not because of the person per se who is treated unfairly, but it has to do with society. And when women wants to play their role, let's say, for example, woman says she wants to be a nurse, right? As opposed to as opposed to wants to be an engineer on the plane, right? She wants to be the engineer on the plane who is building things. And you guys said it, that the world is made for man, because men build things. Women don't build things. Right?
Sorry, I'm gonna have to stop you here because you've been doing it for a long time.
Almost
Women are not builders. Women are not builders.
All of us
Hold on.
just take this, and I know I'm gonna get a lot of stick for it.
I know,
But
please, I beg.
a length of marriage has absolutely nothing to do with success of marriage. If we look at, we always like to talk about old people in marriage lost for long times because women in those times were miserable as hell, but had to put up with it because they did not have the financial independence to go out. When we are looking at the breakdown of marriage now and marriages lasting less, it is because women now have the voice to be able to say, enough of this. I can make my own money. I do not need a man to survive. Before, they used to need a man to survive, to sign on for a credit card, to have some place to live, to have income, to take care of their children. They say, I don't have to deal with this, so I can go out and do. And that is why women need
that is the problem. That is the problem. That is the problem. Do I talk about the problem?
Stop. So the problem is we can't hold down women anymore. Is that what you're telling me?
We're not holding on.
That's what it is. That's what that is. You are holding down. The reason marriages last before, because we hold down the women. She can't get a loan. She can't get car. She can't get house. What? We hold. That was law. That was law. We hold all the purse strings. We'll have the control. So now you're sitting here and saying to me that the breakdown is because women are now free. So you're
no,
not say that. I did not say that.
Hold on, Leonie. Can I say?
Because we don't
Calm down, David. Calm down.
We don't need men anymore.
Hold on.
And men are upset because we don't need them.
You hear what you're saying? You don't need us anymore.
Right,
So therefore, you say you don't need us anymore, and that's
we need you, but you're saying you don't need us. That's the problem. A man will never say we don't need a woman. But women want to get up and say, we don't need you. That's the problem. But
we want you. And
you need us. You live in a world that you need men. Hold on, guys. Stop. Hold on.
Please, one at a time. Leonie, finish your point. Go on.
We don't
want you.
No, we don't want, need. Let me explain to why I said need. All right, finish. Finish.
We want you. However, you're not. And I'm not saying you personally. I'm not saying you generalizing. We want you. However, you're not behaving in a way that we want you. No one should need anyone. That's toxic. No one should. We're born by ourselves. We will die by ourselves.
All right, hold on.
No.
Let me say something. Hold on.
I want my man to want me.
Why was Eve made in the first place? Why were you made? Stop, Ryan. Why were you made in the first place?
Mr. Walter, Rory, remember, you forget to say calm this.
Hey, hold on. Hey, we have to be very careful. Hold on, Leonie. We have to be very careful of our fallacious reasoning now. Because guess what now? In this life, in this world we live in, you guys, will say, okay, I can become independent and need a man or whatever. But in general sense of the word, men are needed. For procreation,
and women are needed.
Procreation, all these things. Men are needed. No,
Yes.
not
to
need to be.
say you have an you individually can say, oh, I can live without a man. I don't need a man. And so yeah, women can do that. Nothing is wrong with that. But men are needed
In society.
In
Yes.
society, we need it.
I agree.
Yeah.
In society, I'm not talking about society. I'm talking about within a relationship. Within a relationship, there shouldn't be a need. There should be a want. I should want you. Right. Okay. I would never wish bad on any of your partners, right? On your relationships. But if you guys part, I would like to think you can survive. Yeah, I don't need each other. It's better that you guys are together. I want you in my life. I love you and all that lovely, beautiful stuff. But in regards to need, you guys will survive. Not greatly. I'm not saying you're going to be happy, but you will survive without each other. That's
all right. Sick up in now, Leonie. Before you gish galloping on us right now. You gish galloping on us right now. Hold on. Hold your point, Leonie.
1970s, we needed men. Women don't need men anymore.
All right. So,
all right. Thank you.
Can I finish something there, Fabian?
Yeah, go on.
You said you don't need. All right. So first and foremost, most women want to have children. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Good.
Yeah.
And so we are going down a path. It can spiral out of control now, where women gonna say, you know what, me can just get a man to impregnate me, and then me gone my way. Me don't need a man.
A lot of them are like that.
Myself. And that is where the problem is, because guess what? What's going to happen is that we're going to have society with children without men instilling certain values and certain principles that men need to into children, and that's why so many mothers are raising children alone.
So you're saying we need to suppress women so that we can need men again?
No, I'm not saying nothing about suppressing.
I am saying. Hold on, Leonie. Let him make your point.
Listen.
Sorry.
Finish, Ryan.
Sorry.
No, I am saying that society needs both men and women to raise a child.
Agree.
I'm saying need both men and women. And so for you to just for men to men, I say, you know what, I can be independent, and I don't need a man to help me raise my child. I can do it on my own. And that is where I have a problem with that kind of
translate for you, Leonie.
We don't need toxic. That's what we don't need.
Let me try to translate.
Toxic exists in both areas. You guys are people like you want to point a finger. It's not. The thing is not pointing finger at you. It's pointing the finger at the problem. Stop isolating yourself as I am the problem. No, the problem existed, and that's where toxicity comes from. It's not just saying that you're toxic.
Hold on, let me hear David.
David, go on, talk.
I would like to hear what Leonie was saying, because she was saying something and I don't want to go on.
You're just saying the problem is women don't need men. That would suggest that women are the problem. So if you're saying women don't need men, that's the problem. Then
it's the mentality.
But let me translate
that you're trying to say that you no longer need us in your life. So therefore, when you want, why do you wonder why relationships are now being broken apart and stuff like that? That's what I'm saying. There is a problem.
There's a critical part of what you said that you guys missed. So I want you guys to take the emotion out of it and just listen clearly for a second, because as men we can get very emotional and hot-headed. This is how wars have started. Every war in history was started by men being emotional, just by the way. Okay? That's data if you want some data, right? What a good society, or what we should want society to have, a society needs for children to be raised in healthy, loving, cooperative households. Once a household ceases to be such, then it is much better for those children to be raised either with just the mother or just the father. Because in situations, speaking from my own experience, I would not be here today had my mother not left Jamaica back in 1995, because my father probably, as we saw, it happened in New York 2 years ago, it happened in Guyana 5 years ago. The father went, had his day with the children, locked them in the car, killed the children and himself just to hurt the mother. That was the kind of man that exists on this world. That's the kind of relationships, that's the kind of ownership that some men see that they have over their wives and their children and their family. So in those cases, I think we could agree. It's an extreme case, but I think we could agree that it is much better for that woman to leave that situation, say, I do not need this man to survive. I do not need this man for my children to survive. Let me go and raise my children as best I can. It will be better to have a healthy mother and father.
But David, what I was leading to the fact that there are women today that say, I am gonna just have a man just to have a child. I'm not talking about isolated situation like that where there's a man that is being treated.
I would ask you to bring data on that one. And that's not something I'm going to say to you often. That's not something I'm going to say to you often. But in my experience and what I see online in feminist spaces, I have never heard that.
I've never heard that.
There is this. Don't ask me how I know.
I can add to that. No, I can counteract that, and I generally do believe there is a single mother glorification. As a woman in women's spaces, I can say it. I know you were going to agree to that one. Yes.
Yeah.
I can sit here and say, yes, there is a single mother glorification.
Oh, yeah.
Why we have got to single mother glorification, and I can, over a period of time, is because trust has been broken down. There has been a level of control regarding women. Women don't want to be controlled. So this idea, like I said, right, this whole, relationships were better 50 years ago because women were controlled. That's why relationships looked better, right? So what has happened?
All right, hold on.
Well, I'm
finish.
So in regards to this single mother glorification, yes, I'm not going to say it's not there. It's this idea that I haven't seen a good man. I don't know what a good man looks like. So if I'm going to function and I'm going to be quote unquote healthy and I'm going to raise my children, I'm going to do it without a man because I don't know what it looks like to have a good man, because fathers left. My uncles and every male role model that I was supposed to have hasn't been there. So when you turn around and blame women for the problem, or blame women of why we're leaving relationships or why we're not having relationships with men and raising our children by ourselves, I have to go and ask the men, have you checked the men?
But that's being very judgmental, though. That is being
judgmental. And I never said it's the woman or the man. I'm saying it's the mentality.
Of who?
If we all have this mentality of the people. Stop pointing the fingers and start looking at the problem. And the problem is the mentality of both parties. Both party. I'm not singling anything out. It's both party here. So if you all start having the mentality, whoever it stems from, that you're not gonna give a man a chance, or I'm not gonna give this woman a chance, or I don't need you, and I don't need you kind of mentality, there will be broken homes.
Guys, hold on. So let us look in the whole soul.
Go into that.
No, hold on. Let's look in the whole soul. We're gonna look in the whole soul as if it's a business, right? A whole soul, right? It's the same thing as it's like asking in any company, are all employees the same? Right? Clearly not. There are different pay grades. There's somebody who is steering the ship. He's being paid more. Most of the responsibilities on him. And clearly, he is not equal to you in that arena. Now, the word equal. Hold on.
How much would 24/7 childcare and a cook cost you? And if you add those two things together, and a cleaner, so if you look at 24/7 childcare, cleaning, and cooking, look at how much that would cost you, and then ask yourself if your wife would then, if she's doing those 3 jobs and being paid a rate, will be making more than you. 24/7 chef, childcare for however many children you have. Because I know childcare here at least expensive as what I can't say.
So here's the thing. See, I didn't at no point in time ask my wife to spend more time with the children. I didn't at no point in time ask my wife to nurture more. I did not ask her to do anything at all. I've never complained about anything. It's just natural in her to do those things. It's in it. Yeah. No, she didn't ask me to be a leader and do these things. Do that. And she's working fine. She's getting good pay, right? But she didn't ask me to do these things. It's just natural in me to listen, to lead. No, hold on, right? So what I'm saying is that in the whole soul, David, I lose it. Oh my God. Hold on. David, in the whole soul, David, in the whole soul, Think about it like a company. If everybody wants to run the company, what do you think going to happen to the company?
We're not saying everybody wants to run.
It becomes a cooperative.
Oh, okay. If everybody wants to be on the same level playing field.
Oh, a struggle.
Right.
Even a football team, if everybody wants to be a striker, nobody wants to keep, nobody wants to play defense, nobody wants to play a left wing, right? No, I'm not saying the role. Even though there's a unity, right? Unity, they are not equal. The striker gets more money than the keeper. Sad to say. But they are united. Hold on, it's sad to say, but they are right. Hold on, I'm just showing you. I'm just giving you the analogy so you guys can understand. On a football team, they are united. They all need each other unless they will lose. Right?
I'm not saying we
Hold on. They are all. Hold on. But on the team, Messi is not really equal to the keeper, in the sense that from the team's perspective, Messi is worth way more. The team needs Messi more than they need the man at the right wing, right? But at the end of the day, they are one. It's one team. Now, here's the problem. If the problem is that the right wing man and the keeper wants to play a Messi position, right wing wants to play a Messi position, everybody say, listen, we're going to play. How much think going to happen? You're going to crumble. You're going to lose. So you have to, in society and in life, you have to recognize your role.
But women are not saying we want to lead. We're asking for respect, and that's what this comes.
You guys get ultimate respect.
Oh,
But no, hold on. Leonie, can I ask you a question, though, Leonie? Because I notice David's face and your face whenever you say certain things. I want you to answer this, because I believe certain things are innately endowed, and I think that is within women. And I don't think you guys think that's the case. I don't know that you think that's the case, and I believe that's the case. I generally believe that's the case.
Disagree.
No, let me tell you why I agree. Because when I look at my wife, and Rory use his five, and I'm sure probably Leon use his situation a while ago. There are certain things, when my wife do it, I say, oh man, I couldn't do it so good. And not only that, when she go around my son and do certain things, I said, wow, I wish I had that drive. I wish I had that. And it's because of how they are made up. And that is my belief, and I strongly believe that.
That's why Mother's Day they get everything.
David, and I want you to refute this argument, and I want you to bring. I don't know if you have
even anniversary
or something to refute this argument, but I want you to tell me why you don't agree.
Okay, so why I squinch up my face every time I hear the word innate or is natural to women, and this is natural to men, is because I think you guys are putting okay, I have not been to church in a very long time. Let's just start there. So there are some beliefs I think that I hold, and we can bring me back at another time to talk about that. That would be a fun conversation. There's some beliefs that I hold that I think will be very different to yours, just in the way that men and women operate on this planet. A lot of the things I think that you attribute to women having naturally, coming from nature, I would say comes from nurture.
Thank you.
From a very young age, the messaging that boys and girls are receiving is very different. From storybooks to movies to church.
The breasts. Don't talk about the breasts, yeah. The breasts.
It's Christmas season. I have breasts right now.
You don't understand what it means when the woman has breasts?
Right, listen. Right, when I gave birth, I was guilty of this. When I gave birth to my son 11 years ago, I sat in that hospital. There was 8 beds in my room. I was the only woman that breastfed. The only woman in there that breastfed.
Not you per se.
Don't do that, Leonie.
No. When you're talking about breastfeeding,
better talk about
nurturing. You're talking about nurturing, yes? That's what we're saying.
Yes.
God gave that to women. God gave that to women.
Yeah, nurture, right? So that's supposed to be a natural thing. That's what we're supposed to do, right?
Yeah.
What I'm saying, so the same way we're supposed to incubate a child, and the child is raised inside us, and there's a bonding process, right? There's a bonding process that happens between us and
That is correct.
Hold on.
Some women never bond with their babies. Some women resent getting up to breastfeed.
Why do you think postnatal depression is one of the highest killers of new mums? because we have been given these messages that don't quite sit with us as people. Right, so we've been told, yes, you're supposed to do this, you're supposed to do that, you're supposed to raise your children and bond with your children, and you're supposed to have these feelings and this and that. We're constantly told this is what you're supposed to do, while our bodies are going.
No, but Leonie,
Leonie,
Yeah.
I'm sure you weren't constantly told you need to breastfeed or you need to do that.
It's small messages. It's
Something
it's
you want to-
Yeah, but that has stopped. I know that for a fact. Of course.
Look at
It is stated that it is the best thing to give a child the breast. But at no point have I ever heard that you need to give this child breastfeeding or else.
But even that message. So no one said you need to, but you've just said to me as a woman, the best thing you could do for your child is to give the child breast.
It
right?
is.
Now,
But
hold on.
where would they get the best nutrition from? Is that all I'm saying?
Hold on. I'm a mother, so of
Or
course,
something made up.
As a parent, I want to give my child the best. But giving my
Right.
child the best makes me uncomfortable. Giving my child
Then
the best
that's fine.
hurts. But that's what I'm saying.
Then-
So because these messages are constantly turned out, this is what you're supposed to do. This is how you're supposed to behave. This is how you're supposed to carry yourself. So some women
Hold on. I want to say something.
Some women get
Conversation
it.
That's all like technology.
Some women
No,
get
it
it.
is
Can
very
I finish,
painful, Leon.
please?
Very
Can
painful.
I
Very
finish,
painful.
please?
Painful.
Some women get it and they're fine with it. So I got a close friend of mine who turned around and said to me, you know, I'm just working on being a wife right now. And I wanted to vomit inside of me. I'm like, like, why would you not want to work on yourself, right? Some women, those messages are fine for them. That's I wanna cook, I wanna clean, I wanna serve my man, that's how I show my love.
What
I
is
wanna look
wrong
after-
with that?
I'm not
Hold on,
saying
hold on.
there's anything
Hold on.
wrong with it.
I want
You
to say
wanted to
something.
vomit to the point.
I want to say something. Hold on. Hold on.
Wow.
So I can't speak to Leon because Leon is very passionate about this. But
Man, but me not believe what me I see. I not believe what me I hear.
well, all right. Well, I want to say something, guys. See,
The Ray Charles and the Ray Charles.
and I don't think I'm speaking to Leonie because I from what I'm seeing, Leonie's mind
I would
is
like
fully
to-
made up.
I
But
would
I want to
like-
talk to the
I wanna
viewers
finish.
who want to understand.
No, you
Hold on,
can't
hold on.
do that.
I'm warning.
Guys,
Leonie said.
You're doing exactly what this is right. But you know the term mansplaining. You got all four of you have done it. Sorry, not so much.
No,
you,
hold
it
on,
was the
Leonie.
red one.
Leonie.
The
I just want to
entire
say
time
something, Leonie.
you're doing
I just want to say
exactly-
something, Leonie. Hold on, Leonie. Just hold on.
Yeah.
I just want to say something. And I said it. I
Mansplain.
said something similar to it earlier.
Yes.
What I was saying is this, right, Leonie? Some of the things that you're experiencing, I don't want you to anywhere remotely blame any man for it. We did not give you a breast. Let me just put that out there, right? And we did not give you ovaries. Hold on. Relax. Calm down, David. We did not give you ovaries. We did not give you these things that are natural to you. Now, here's the thing. If I could basically help carry some of the pregnancy, I would.
Me not
But
believe
by
that.
nature, I can't.
Nah, do it.
Me not believe that.
Nah, do it.
I would, Ryan.
What is it, bro? You mean like
Meaning that if she could transfer the
For now.
pain and stuff to me,
Yeah, but no.
Men had to
No.
deal with
or the baby, I would, Ryan. Me tell us I
Good
would.
job, that.
So hold on. Hold on.
Sir,
Let me finish,
sir,
Leonie.
sir,
Let me finish.
Whoa, everybody, one voice, please. One voice, please.
There are studies that show if men had to carry children,
We would have dead.
society would die out. Okay, so let's
Yeah,
not
we
Achoo.
can't handle that pain.
good
Achoo.
for being a great man.
We can finish.
Go ahead.
So, your studies showing that man couldn't carry the woman, only woman. No, I don't know. I mean, man couldn't carry the baby, only a woman. Your studies, I don't know where they get that from, because at the end of the day, a man has never carried a baby. But so let's go. But anyhow, the fact of the matter is that women had to carry the babies. I agree with you. Hold on. No. Hold on, man. Women, right, carried the babies for 9 months. Because somehow they were designed like that, not by me. They were designed, women can take pain better than men as well. Now, here's the thing now, right? During the birth process, do you agree that there was 9 months where the woman preserved that life? Yes or no, Leonie?
We made the life. We kept it alive.
Yeah.
And you preserved it. You preserved it.
We're gonna call it that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't assume
Yeah.
that
Good,
word.
good. Yeah, man. Hold on.
What, for argument's sake?
Hold on, Leonie. Let me finish.
I said
Hold
we're
on.
gonna agree. We're gonna.
Were you nurturing that life during? Your body was nurturing by nature the child.
We kept the child alive. Yes.
Good. Hold on, Antoinette, in the comments. Don't kill me. Because this is going to come for me. Hold on. So what I'm saying is this, Leonie. Leonie, when you're saying innate, that nothing is wrong, you debunk it and say it's society teach people that women should nurture. And I'm saying, I am debunking that now. That it is nature that teaches you how to nurture. Because if you look at your body nurtures upon its own without anybody telling it how to, are you. It's in you to nurture. And then on top of it, after the baby is born, the nature gives you stuff in the breast. Milk to nurture that child until that child can take care of its own self. No, hold on. That is not, no man gave you that. Right. Nature gave you that. So don't blame society for what nature is giving you.
We're not blaming society.
Okay, good.
Sorry, this is I don't understand the breast thing, and I don't understand the nurture thing.
The breastfeeding is that.
Hold on.
Okay, no.
Are you all have invited me here to say controversial things that were immediately cancelled and thrown off a Jamaican podcast?
Yeah, man. That's what I wanted to go
things
for.
One worse than the next. So are you looking me in the eye, looking Margaret Bannister's son in the eye tonight, and telling me that adoptive parents don't love their children because they never bonded with them? Secondly,
saying what? Tell me that.
Adoptive parents.
Parents who never breastfed don't love their children. And second, this is the part that
you are not getting my point.
Let me get
what I say.
Are you telling me?
I did not say that. I said the body. I said when you give birth, the body by nature gives you milk to continue to nurture and nourish the child.
Have to do with caring and loving a child.
But let me explain. David, follow the point.
What do you say nurture? Like if you say yes, like biologically.
Hold on. Let me just break it down.
Hold on.
Hold on. Yeah.
Can we define nurture, because I think we're all confused as to what nurture is. Because nurture is the care for and protect
of children
someone or something while they're growing.
Yes.
So we all have a level of nurture within us, right? So the bond that a man will build with their children would always be different than the bond that
a woman definitely.
Yes. Does not mean it has to be.
That's why we're saying no matter what. Because at the end of the day, this is why they say a mother can only be a mother to their children, can't be a father to their children.
All right,
because there's and vice versa. A man cannot be a mother to his child.
Exactly.
So, and this is the part going to get kicked off now. Are you now saying that a queer couple cannot properly raise a child?
Probably are, yes.
I will stop you right there. I will go pause the program. We're not going down that route.
Queer.
Make we move on, right? Please.
Yes, please.
We're not going down that route. We're not ready to touch that topic yet. Please. Thank you.
But here's what.
Just say.
No, but I just hope that you guys got the point that I was making, though.
No, David. We're going back to the message. This stemmed from the messaging, right? Women are told different from the time they are
told. It's not told.
It's not told. I keep losing my point. Nature gave you that.
Hold on, guys.
Children toys. Have you sat in a church? Do you hear the messaging that comes to women constantly about how they're supposed to be caregivers? Even what y'all are saying today is reinforcing that messaging.
So hold on. So
y'all are men reinforcing the messaging to women, saying, "Here's how you're supposed to be mothers."
So are you saying then basically that the woman carrying the child for 9 months and having the breastfeed that child for over 1 year or whatever, the man will have that same kind of nurturing connection to that child as the woman?
I am saying that there exists.
Same level?
No. Let me take it. I am saying that there exists on this planet right now surrogate mothers in India carrying children for people, going through all of it, being paid money, yes, breastfeeding the child, and there is some pain that they go through in giving up the child. Definitely, I will say that because it is. I mean, I've never experienced. I've never had a life growing in me, but the people that receive this child bond with it, nurture and care for it, whether or not they have breasts,
So,
whether or not
David,
they have the ability to carry a child.
So I just
that's
wanna-
not
I
what
think you
Rory
guys
was
missed my
saying,
point,
though.
but I'm going to move on still. I think you guys missed my point, but it's okay.
That's not what he was
Right,
saying.
you're saying, right, I get what you're saying.
We're not.
Naturally, because of our bodies, we are supposed to be nurtured. I get that, right?
I never said that either. I never said that either.
Right.
No,
I never said that either. You guys missed my point completely, and I'm going to go back over it. Because I think you guys missed my point, and all I was saying is this, right? I am just saying the nurturing component of a woman, right? You guys are saying that is society is what is teaching that.
Yes.
And I'm saying if you look at nature, nature in itself,
No, it is. We're talking
nature
about
in
two different-
itself is showing who.
We're talking about two different types of nurturing. That's why. There are two different types of nurturing. So there's nurturing in carrying a child, yes, and only women can do that. So I totally.
I'm not talking about carrying a child. No. When the child was in you, you were nurturing that child.
Yes, that's a different type.
Okay,
of
good.
nurturing. That's a
That
different
child
type.
that child grew
Yeah,
because of what in you.
but that's different type.
Okay.
Of
And
nurturing.
you were feeding that child not unknowingly.
Right.
And then after birth, you fed that child knowingly with what God given you in your breast.
Right.
And what I'm
Okay.
saying, yes, you can feed the child without breast milk, correct? You can have queer couples raise child, correct? That is not the point. The point is that when a person give birth to a child, God gave them breast to
but we're
continue to
talking
nurture that
about
child.
the messaging.
And I'm saying what that woman in them would see is that they are born nurturers. That is why
But
you
that's two
cannot take that.
different types of nurturing.
Hold on now,
That's
Rory.
what
Hold
we're
on.
saying.
Hold
There
on
are
now,
two
Rory.
different types of nurturing.
How are the
There's
two different types of nature?
Right, you have the nurturing of yes, physically and your breast and whatever. Right, that is different to the nurturing of a child. I can talk about it from experience. I did not bond with my child at all when I was pregnant. Not at all. I was responsible. I nurtured him. I kept him alive. Yes, I done that bit of nurturing. But the message is what I'm supposed to do is once the child is born, it's a different set of nurturing. It's how I should love the child, how I should raise the child, what I should do as a mother. There are different types of messages. So yes, there's the as a woman you should breastfeeding messages, yes, because that's healthier and that's the best.
No,
type
that's not what I'm
of-
saying. All right, guys, move on.
It's
Guys, you know
true.
what I'm saying? The milk in your breast form by nature.
Yes.
Yes.
Nobody put the milk there except God
That's
and
not-
nature himself.
But we're not talking about
I'll agree.
And that's what
Kind
I'm
of.
saying. Why did he put the breast? Why didn't nature put the milk in man? Let's start.
Okay.
Let's look at it from that side
So
perspective.
so let me just try to follow this argument, and because I'm not being facetious. Okay, so the argument is
We're not
that
equal.
women. No. We're going back to the
Women
point
are
here.
more natural.
Women are more innately
nurture.
nurturing than
and they
men.
preserve. They
Right,
preserve
that's the
life.
argument that's being posited.
Yeah,
Women
yeah.
are innately more nurturing than men
Yeah.
because they have breasts.
No, I
Yes,
did not say
no.
that.
Not
No,
just because
no.
they are.
Okay, wait. Okay, women are innately more nurturing than men because they breastfeed.
No, because nature,
No.
right? Nature gave women stuff that
Breast-
has been
breastfeeding
nurturing
is
from
just
ever
one
since.
aspect of it.
So from ever
Just
since,
an example.
women has been
Wait, so,
nurturing.
so from ever since, women had breasts, so they're more nurturing because they have breasts.
And
That is just one aspect of it.
That's
There are
just
certain
one thing.
We're
things
talking about
a woman.
from in the womb, from in the womb.
I mean, the
Yes.
womb, the woman has
I
been
mean, the
nurtured.
Hang on a second. Wait, stop. Because
Oh, my David,
wait.
you're
So
being-
women, no. I didn't get this. Hold on. Women are innately more nurturing than men
Yes.
because they have wombs and vaginas and the capacity to carry a child.
And,
No.
and
Is that what you really getting from this, Leonie? No, I'm interested to
I'm
know if
trying-
this is
I'm
how
trying to
you're
I'm
getting.
understand.
confused. I'm saying I'm confused because I'm
Alright,
saying to
so-
you what you're talking about, and I think you guys are getting lost because you're men. Because I think there's two types: the nurturing of carrying a child.
We need
and
the women then
breastfeeding.
to say something.
And breastfeeding a child is
It's
different.
different, right?
And I
What
pass that.
happens
And I
after?
pass that.
Yes.
So
Yes, but it plays a role. Can I
David.
help the guys here? Let me help
Yeah.
the guys. Hold on, right?
Please.
Let me help the guys here, right? So what Rory was doing was basically showing you where nature takes part in where the
process.
sense of the level of nurturing that comes from a female. It starts from when that baby is in the womb, right? And so therefore, stop,
What about
David.
serving
Do
your
not
husband?
be specific. Serving your husband?
Serving you. Why would you think as a woman I'm
Yeah.
more nurturing towards my husband because I have the
What do you
chance
mean?
to,
What do you mean?
because that's
What do you
where
mean
this
by
comes
nurturing?
it's
from.
not most
Right.
nurturing to the husband. I'm saying
Man,
the
right.
nurturing characteristic.
Yeah, but you're
The
just
nurturing
this conversation
characteristic.
but they started as roles in the household. Yeah, roles in the
Yes.
Yeah.
household.
And we're
Yes.
using the child.
Women are
where
more
the role
nurturing by
Yes.
nature.
Taking
not
care of the
nurturing.
children
Right.
and stuff like that.
So-
Yeah.
But you're saying naturally they're more
argument-
nurturing.
Naturally, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Nature.
what makes them naturally more nurturing is that they have breasts.
No, it's from the
No.
bond that they
Yeah, from the
had
child. So,
from
alright.
the child
So, David,
before birth,
hold on.
David.
Let me
So
have
that
David.
bond
Let me have-
that started from there is
So
so
if
strong
women
that the way
can't-
the level of nurture that child would get would always be different from the level of nurture that the
So
the
women
male
become
part
nurturing
would give that.
after they had their first child.
But hold on, David.
No,
Are you going
David.
to-
Lost me, David.
Hold
They
on.
lost me.
Hold on.
They lost me.
David,
Y'all
David.
lost me.
Yes.
Really, Leonie?
David, hold on,
Oh
David.
wow.
David,
Okay,
I don't
no.
want to
I think
believe that
David
you're
is trying to
yeah. I think
No,
is trying
because
to-
you are saying to me women are naturally more nurturing because they can have
No,
children
they are.
and milk.
David. Hold on. Right. I'm going to say one thing. I have to
Your
tell you
body
something.
parts have
Hold on,
made us
hold on.
more
Let me say something. I'm
nurturing.
going to talk for a little while.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
Ryan. Everybody here grew up with a mother,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Good. And hopefully, I don't know if all of you grew up with a father. All right.
No.
But are we trying to sidestep the fact that the mother, because of the bond that they have with the child from that 9 months and to the breastfeeding, yeah, has caused the mother to want to have that nurturing characteristic to taking care of the children or whatever.
I
And-
disagree
hold on,
with what
hold
you
on,
just
hold
said.
on, hold on. So are you saying then? That men, yeah, can do equally, yeah, just the same as
Topic
women?
are rough, sure,
That's what you're saying.
That's
yeah?
what they're saying?
That's what you're saying. We can do the same thing and bond with the child just like the mother could. That's what you're saying.
I think
Equally.
men and women bond differently with children, so it can't be equal. And I think that
Wow.
men naturally
Good.
are nurturing.
So
David,
who's
We
What does this-
are naturally nurtured, but
But
who's better
I
at
would
it?
say-
Who's better at it, David?
Who's
Hold
better
on.
at it? Who's better at it, David?
Level.
Who's better at nurturing the child? Yeah, who's better?
I would say that we can equally now, if we're talking about nurturing in terms of raising, being compassionate, empathetic, raising a good child,
my time,
I would
my
say it's equal.
time.
Thank you.
Oh,
People have
Yeah.
said, Leon,
I
quiet.
grew up. I grew up with both parents, and let's say, real thing. When I'm sick, and I'm like, daddy made that hurt me. Go and go sit down, yeah, man.
Okay.
My mommy would be like, "Oh, come here. All right, we'll go give you this and
Alright.
get some medicine for you." And I go hug me.
Oh,
You know
natural.
that natural. You want to be more with.
That's
her.
not true.
True.
That's
And it
not
is
true.
true.
That's learned behavior.
Leon,
Hold on,
did society
David.
teach her that? Did society teach her that?
No,
David,
I
hold
nature
on.
she have
David,
that.
You took
hold on.
guys,
Hold
please
on.
let me
Why
jump in.
nature
Let me
have
jump in. Please let me jump in. If
One
you
voice,
took-
one voice,
No,
one
no,
voice.
no,
took a woman, if you
Hold
took-
on, one voice,
if
one
you took a
voice.
woman-
Leon hardly talk, Leonie.
Let Leon
Sorry,
finish.
Leonie.
Sorry,
Let him
sorry.
finish. Sorry. Don't want to shut you up,
When
as you are the
I'm
only
one who
female
brought
here,
up,
please.
I'm the one who brought up that women have breasts. I am siding with Rory on this point where I'm saying that genetically, and it is not just about the breast, but I'm saying that psychologically or mentally, the women have a certain way them can get to you more than a man, and you feel safer. You might feel protected with a man physically because the man can protect you in the house if like war coming or whatever. But with the woman or the mother, if think about it, if your father 100 meters that the way there, and your mother 100 meters that the way there, and you have a certain need, if it is a physical need like money or something, or if you feel safe, you'd probably go to your father. But when it comes to the mother side, she's more effective where she can counsel you, she can talk to you, and so doing the men. Well, you're gonna say man can do the same thing too, but women just have a knack or a special ability to be more nurturing than a man. And
hold on. All right, so since hold on. So since David, since you are debunking what he's saying, that women naturally are better nurturers, since you are debunking that, there's no grounds on which you can say that. And I can say this: whenever there's Mother's Day, everybody rail about their mother. Everybody has the best mother. Everybody think that their mother is the best. The father, maybe a lot of persons say the father walked this father, that, right? No, if statistics is showing you, David, that the vast majority of people think that they were properly nurtured by their mother and not by the father. What is that saying to you? Isn't that
saying men need to become more nurturing because they are not receiving the same messages that women are growing up has been saying for the past?
So let me ask a question. So are you saying to me? I don't finish. No, I'm not finished with David. I'm not finished.
I know. It's just that David, when you move up and down, you go in and out. You understand? I know you're excited, but
David. So are you saying that are you saying Ryan, Leon, Fabian are not trying hard enough? That's what you're saying.
You have the same message.
No.
Let me hear David, guys. Hold on.
Absolutely not. I am saying that there are systems that exist that are bigger than all of us in this chat. One of those systems is racism. We're not going to talk about it. The other system is the patriarchy. And because of patriarchal values, because we live in a patriarchal society, the messaging that little boys receive in the toys that they're given, Lego blocks, shooting, overcome, charge, take control, be strong, be protected, be all these things. Even when they go to church, they talk about Daniel and the lion's den, David and the Goliath. These are the stories that we are given 24/7, movies, TV, books, or parents, people, or fathers telling us this is how you're supposed to be as a man.
Men don't.
Very different. Hold on. Very different to the stories that women get. So as a man, when I have a breakup, I tell my friends, yo, she break my heart. You hear, cha, that's rough B. When women have that breakup, because they are more used to navigating relationships and expressing empathy, it's just different socialization.
So let me ask you a question.
It's natural. I'm saying it can be learned.
So David, are you saying to me then, if I should take and do a social experiment, and I take a boy and a girl and put them in a place where they're not taught these social norms, then they would not be displaying these characteristics that society.
Absolutely.
All right, so
absolutely not. Absolutely, yes, they would display.
That might be true.
Understands me correctly. That if you take them out of the society that we live in and move them into a matriarchal society or a more equitable society, that they will get different messaging.
No, that's not the question. Hold on, Ryan. That's not the question. That's not the question. Let me get this so we can get the question straight. So we can rephrase it for Ryan. If you take a boy and a girl, right? Both of them, they weren't taught anything. We weren't giving them toys and things. We put them in a playpen and we have boy toys and girl toys, right? You're saying that the girl wouldn't go for the girl toys and the boy wouldn't go for the boy toys by nature?
Would play with all toys. Growing up, my favorite.
Hold on. So you're saying that the girl would normally go. The girl would go for the truck, the big truck, the monster truck with the remote control, and not go for
big and flashy. If it's big, flashy,
all right,
the children are going for that toy.
So let me tell you. Let me put it this way. Can I say this, Leonie? Can I say this though? And I believe. No, listen. I have never sit down and taught my son about toys. Never said these are the toys that you need to pick. Listen to what I'm saying.
But they're saying when you buy.
Hold on, no. And he does not. And I've never bought him toys to say, okay, this is what you need. You understand? And this is what you need to play with. He just gravitate towards those toys. Him just say, oh, okay, I need daddy, that is what I want. Me ask him, what kind of toys you want? And him point on the one he wants.
Same
You
in
understand?
Harry.
Because
very
there
true.
are certain things that is within a boy. So it's the same thing with it's the same thing with the mother. There are certain things, you know, that even today, I'm gonna give an example of today. Today I heard my wife said, Ryan, I need to go to the pharmacy. I said, pharmacy, what happened? Gee, I need this kind of medication or whatever. No, it's not that I don't love my son and I don't care about him and I don't want to see him healthy and everything, but my wife knows the details about him. I will say, come see the money here. I am always in support of anything.
But right, they're saying you're not doing enough. You should know what these days.
No one said that.
No.
If your wife
Hold on. Say like, hey, hold on. Don't even go there and say I'm not doing enough. And the first thing I would say, I don't care how much money it costs. You understand? I said, hold on. She knows the details about him. You understand? I would say, how much money? I said, see the card here. Go and buy it. You understand? No, that is my role there because I'm giving her the money to say go and buy it.
Ryan,
I am saying,
if your wife had to go away for work, I'm not even going to call death. If your wife had to go away for work for 6 months, right, is an opportunity that cannot be missed. She go to Alaska for work for 6 months.
Yeah.
She came back with $10 million.
Yeah.
At the end of 6 months, so she have to go, right? Yeah. But you're not getting money till the end of 6 months. In fact, let's call it a year. Right?
Go on, man.
You'll watch cook clean and go and keep the house.
Make it finish. No, favor, make it finish.
Don't you have the capacity when your child comes to you, tell you that you're sick, or you have the capacity to do everything that you just say your wife is going to do?
Right. So let me tell you now.
Yeah, but not at the level.
I'm going to be truthful.
Not how she does it.
Hold on. I'm going to be so truthful today. You understand? You would never believe Sir Ryan could have been so truthful. I am going to say that I would not. Yeah, I would miss a lot of things. For example, I would miss a lot of things. Like, for example, his temperature. My wife would say, oh, he's feel warm. I said, he feel normal. You understand? I mean, what? You understand? Because guess what? Yeah, man. If feel normal to me, I said, no, you have a temperature. I will carry him to the pharmacy, and he does have a temperature. No, I am saying this now, that there are certain things that she would know to the T because of her.
But you think, hold a minute. Do you think?
Controversial. You're not doing enough then.
Leon,
hold on.
Listen now.
Not doing enough.
Not doing enough.
Listen, no, you're not getting the point. Not that I'm not doing enough.
Controversial. You're not doing enough then.
So, all right. So that means you know what you're saying, David. Then if I said I'm not doing enough, you're saying to me that I, as a man, and every man out there, needs to know everything around the household, know every little thing.
Yes!
Hold on. No.
I said stop moving up and down, David.
David.
Not financial, but yes, equity.
No, you know why that can't be? You know why that can be? You know what I can be as it relates to?
Because that is one of the reasons why
we need a balance. We need a balance. There has to be a balance. Hold on, let me finish on. There has to be a balance where she's bringing some things to the table that I am not so good at, and I'm going to bring some things to the table that I am better at. Yeah.
Okay.
So for example, if there is something, the door is broken, I am the one that's going to. I don't expect my wife to fix it. I'm going to be the one to fix it. You understand? Okay. That's what I'm going to bring to the table.
A flat tire, right?
How often do the children need to be cared for?
Sorry, repeat that, David.
So for example, then I did my wife had a...
You're breaking up, David. Don't.
How often do doors break? How often are tires flat? And how often do children need to be taken care of?
So last week I had to put some air in her tires because one was leaking. She called me and said, Ryan, realized that the tire light came on. She don't have no business. She don't have no business if we go around that to find out what's going on. That is what I bring to the table. I said, no problem. I go down there.
She immediately doesn't know about cars, or she could learn about cars if she chooses to.
But that's what he brings to the table.
That's what I bring to the table. That's what I'm saying to you.
I'm asking if it's in nature or nurture about cars.
No, what I am saying to you, that everybody can't be gravitating to learn everything. A woman cannot be trying to take on everything, every responsibility.
They're not the same.
And Leonie are not the same. Leonie, I know you probably can't. You can do all the things, man.
No.
You can do all the things.
I want to go back to the point of you talking about your wife knew that your son was ill. So you're gonna sit here and tell me that you think we have this natural thing about us that we know what temperatures are.
Yeah, man, and have some powers.
We're magic. Okay.
We have powers.
No.
Wow.
No, Leon, me not go around that.
We respect you, Leonie. Listen, Leonie. Let me just put this on here. Hold on. We respect you, Leonie, and the powers that you guys have to do certain things. Do not think we take you guys lightly. Or for
We
granted.
need you.
It's
We
all
need you.
You don't need us, but we need you.
No, hold on. Listen, Leonie. Listen, here's the thing, Leonie. Here's the thing. No. Seriously. If you guys believe in the Bible, that's what happened to Adam. God realized Adam must suffer. See? Adam was dying. And God said, no. Go put him to sleep and take some from the rib and give him some help. Because a dead man, this is a man. See? Adam was not taking care of the garden properly. No, he was not taking care of it. He now wanted to plant them. He not taking care of himself, Brian.
No.
He not taking care of himself. And God said, no, it's serious. Adam must suffer. He said, no, hold on, here we go. Now have to go make somebody for Adam because Adam gonna need this help. So you don't understand that you guys are needed. No, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Back to equality. Hold on, back to equality. When this is what I believe, and this is my opinion. When God said, listen, Adam must suffer. In Adam, say a woman, yeah. Helpmate. Say it was a helpmate. Help
Arlie,
you.
it's not a flat tire, Arlie. Not a flat tire. It's a tire signal.
Hold on, right?
Y'all is scary.
I thought they said Adam was busy playing PS4. That's true.
Hold on. Let me just say it.
But hold on. But hold on. Seriously. No, Adam couldn't manage with the garden. Adam couldn't manage with the garden. The garden requires some special attention. Adam, how God made Adam, and we developed the characteristics from Adam. And so how God made Adam, I don't know, make no mistake. He didn't make a mistake. Adam needed help. Right? And if you guys saying that is not true, them don't know which when I believe.
Rory, based on David reasoning, we don't.
Leonie.
Hold on. Yeah, right. Hold on, David. Let me finish. And so when he got Adam the help, what do you think the help was doing? Let me ask you, David. What the help was doing when he got Adam the help?
We are talking about a book that describes a man who stayed in a fish, not a mammal, not a whale, but a fish for.
Okay, so you don't believe in the Bible. All right, let me ask Leonie. All right, fine. Pause you then. You don't believe in the Bible. Pause him. Leonie, who believe in the Bible, what do you think the help was doing when God made the help, the woman?
Say that again.
When God made woman the helper to Adam.
Yeah.
Right? And he made Eve. What was Eve doing? What was What was Eve's role? Why did he make Eve?
He made Eve to help Adam. I'm not
doing what? To do what? What was he helping him to do?
With life.
What do you think?
Life.
She
made him help me.
No.
She was made to help me.
I know you are very smart. I know that. I know you are very smart. And so let's go back. If I make you a help, if I make you a helper, hold on, man. Goes back to logics.
Yeah.
If I make you a helper, it must to help with certain things that maybe you needed help. You're not doing.
Okay.
If you were doing them, you wouldn't need help.
Right, but we're not.
Okay, good. So what do you think? What do you think now? Answer the question now. I'm handing it over to you. What do you think Eve was helping with? What Adam was not doing?
Rory, do not kish gallop them.
Exactly.
Go on, Leon.
To be honest with you, I don't actually know. Right? I wasn't there. It's not in the Bible.
I can
admittedly say yes. in regards to Adam and Eve, Eve was made to help Adam. What we're talking about in regards to this here is that you've given roles. I mean, maybe I missed it. What role? What does it say in the Bible?
I just asked a simple question and you're not answering my question.
No, well, I did ask you a question. I said I don't
No, you
know.
didn't. You didn't.
I said
I asked you, what do you think? I never asked you what you know. I'm not asking a simple thing. What do you think Eve was helping Adam with? That's all I'm asking.
Life, giving life. You know, you need the egg in order to give life. That's the only thing I could be certain about.
Okay,
But
fine.
what has happened? Can I continue? But what's happened? So we've taken that. So let's say we're going to use that. We're going to use that and say that's the foundation of life. Not everybody here believes that. But if we're going to use that to say it's the foundation of life, it is not direct clear about what help is regarded, what help is needed.
Okay.
God never says that in the Bible. What
No, he didn't.
So
That's what I think, though.
Right, patriarch has come along and gone, women, this is what we need you to do. And
Which is?
Right, cooking, cleaning, this nurturing nonsense. Where you get this? I don't
Nonsense.
Know nonsense. It's nonsense. It's nonsense. Nurturing nonsense.
Well, here the thing, though.
Women are dying. Women are dying because you're putting on them that they must.
But guess what, Leonie? Guess what?
You know what we should have done from the beginning when war gone? Send out the woman them.
Well, I
Them
know.
fight as well. War gone. You would have no more pity.
What a statement! Put the woman them to war.
Well,
on, here the hidden truth, I know. Me go.
Because
Hey.
men that started war. We wouldn't
Well, I know.
have it.
Let's be just about this, yes, because in war, women suffer the worst. Historically, they're the ones who are captured, raped, and sold as slaves and stuff like that. Even if we were not sending them to war, women were very involved in war. Even now in Ukraine, you saw that the Russian death squads were going up, raping the women and saying you're going to carry Russian babies. So women are very and have been very involved in war for a very long time.
But
so we can't joke about sending them to war.
Can I say something, though? Can I say something as it relates to what Leonie just said? So I am going to ask this, and this is like probably the elephant in the room. Snake under the carpet.
It's all low, right?
Hold on.
Focus on the mic.
Hey, you're not hearing me.
Yeah, I hear him now.
So this is, as I said before, this is like probably the elephant in the room or the snake under the carpet with nobody now address. Are we not saying, because this is what I believe, and this is what I've seen, aren't women better at doing this than men?
No.
Would you say men are all right? So are you saying that?
Well, women are better at what, Ryan? Be specific.
Just the general home responsibilities in the home, taking care of the child, whatever.
No.
Aren't women better at it?
No.
You said no. All
right,
so here the thing.
We've been conditioned.
No. I have tried.
It's not.
What about if I say I've tried and I've just not been better? I'm not
because you haven't been conditioned to do it.
No. I've been conditioned from me. We're all listen to me say clearly now. Me and Rory are brother. And we don't have no girl if we do nothing for you. We are the boys, and we learn them something from early. We know cook, we know clean, we know
it's not
everything.
just about the household. We're talking about messaging.
I'm talking about the household now.
Although I'm not really cook still, I'm not really cook.
You're spoiled, brat. You're last boy, so you don't really do them something. You hear me? Me are first boy, so me have to do all them something. So I am good at cooking and cleaning and all them something because I me have to do that. But I am saying now, I have watched my wife do these things, and all the time I have to come say, you're better than me.
Right, because number one, you found a woman that can do that, and that's great. I'm not knocking her.
All right, no woman can't cook still.
No, this is general.
No woman can't cook still.
No, exactly.
No, I am talking generally though. Generally, most women are better at it than men. And that's truth.
I refuse. I refuse.
So hold on. All right. Let me tell you why you can't refuse it now. All right. All those who are here right now, aren't their just use a small survey. This is a small sample of 6 of us.
Small sample, yeah.
All of us here.
Yeah.
Who of the father and the mother that raised you? Who was better at this kind of responsibility? Who was better?
Who was
Answer.
better?
Rory. Who was better, Rory? Who was better?
Mother.
David say who? Who was better?
2 words.
Who was
Gordon
better?
Ramsay. Your argument is now invalid.
No, David, you're not in your house. In your house, David.
In your house.
Who said Gordon Ramsay? No, Gordon Ramsay is an envisionist. He find people who can cook, and that's what he cook for him.
And that is what he became good at. Women are not told to go into STEM. They're told to be interested in raising a family,
and when we're talking
husband.
And when we're talking about told, right? You guys keep saying like told as if someone sat down with a child and said, "Little girl, this is how you need to behave."
No, I'm not.
Little boy, this is not. So I'm talking about messaging. I'm talking about society. As children are raising within a patriarchal society, we are taught there's messages.
But Leonie, nobody. But I don't even remember my story. I told her about my students, right? When I'm lecturing, and it's a part-time job. When I'm lecturing at university,
how old are they? How old are they?
They are
so
18, 19, 20.
We've got 18 years of messaging going on before they get to you.
And 21. But no. Hold on. I specifically told my students that, guys, it will be really good if you learn a programming language, because the world is going to be controlled by computers in the future.
But you're one lecturer.
I'm one lecturer, fine. I'm one lecturer, but hold on. No, hold on. If I say to you, because what you're saying is that the students have no sense. If I'm saying to you, no, hold on. Okay, fine. But what I'm saying is that I am telling you to look into this thing, because this thing is where the world is going. And what I'm saying is that my class is vastly made up of girls, and none of them are interested in computer science or engineering. Hold on. That you're saying is how they were socialized. And I'm saying in this world right now, if you notice, everybody's on social media, everybody's on their phone, everybody is in tech. Everybody's in tech. Everybody using WhatsApp. We're doing this thing on YouTube. Everybody's in tech. These young girls are seeing what is taking over. Technology. No. They are not stupid. Now, what I'm saying is that they naturally are not interested to do these tech stuff. A vast majority not. The males. No, it's not, nobody forced them. You're saying that we're in society is teaching that you girl, don't do anything in engineering, don't do anything in tech, don't do anything.
Right, it's done so well that you don't actually realise it's happening. It's a bit like racism, right? So, especially racism in the UK. Racism in the UK is done so perfectly that for us to go actually go, hold on a minute, and
you don't think it's something natural.
You know what it is as well? As men, you're telling me as a woman who's around women, raised by women, what is and isn't unnatural. As a woman, I'm sitting here, and that's just a prime example. As a woman, I'm telling you, this stuff is not natural. It's not
okay.
natural.
So look at guys. So let's look at. Let's look at designer. Let's look at designers.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
I'm sitting here, and it's a prime example of this. I'm sitting here saying to you, with a vagina, with boobs, who's proud to be a woman. I love being a woman. I don't want to be nothing else other than a black woman. And I'm saying to you, it is not natural, but somehow, somewhere, you're going, no, but my wife, no, but
I'm using statistics. I'm using the statistics over the years.
It's not about stats. It's not about stats.
You look at STEM versus humanities.
Right. Have you read the comments?
Have you looked in the university?
Right. Have you read the comments in this section by women? We are all telling you it is not nature, it's not natural. These are messages.
Okay. So that's a question.
Over centuries upon centuries on how women should behave.
Which is what I had said.
So Leonie, are you saying though that based on what you're saying, then there is do you believe that men and women there are certain things that they're innately born with? Do you believe that?
I believe depending on where you socialize a person, and that's why we're different.
No man, forget the socialized part.
Well, naturally, right? Innately, apart from having a penis and a vagina,
nothing.
We're pretty much the same.
Oh
my God.
I'm going to ask a question. So you're saying that society teaches this thing, right? For women not to be interested. Cool. Let me ask a question now. I'm speaking to you now, Leonie, the big advocate for this thing. I'm speaking to you, David, as well. But I'm speaking more to Leonie. So Leonie, like how I tell you now, that tech is where you should be going into.
Okay.
Are you interested?
I'm not interested, no.
No, you're not. Is it that society dictates that you should not be interested, or you're just not interested?
I'm not interested.
Okay, good. And I'm saying to you that a lot of women are like you. They are just not interested. It doesn't have nothing to do with society. You are saying that society tell you not to be interested. So then you are contradicting your own argument.
I'm not contradicting my own.
No, but I'm showing you where society did not dictate anything to you. You're just not interested.
Hold on. Society probably did take something along the way, right? I enjoy music. I'm passionate about music. I'm a musician, right? Somewhere along the way, and a lot of that, I can even tell you, I can pinpoint that. At 9 years old, I picked up a clarinet and I was very good at it. And I was told by teachers how good I was at it. And I was constantly reinforced, you're really good at music. You should really go with music.
Congratulations, Arlene. Congratulations there.
Not a single member of my family play. Actually, a lie. Apparently, my dad's family side plays. Anyways, at that time, I wasn't raised by my dad. I wasn't around that. So it was reinforced.
That's not the point. We're talking about.
It's the point.
I'm talking about what you're not interested in naturally was not taught by society. That is the point. You are using the contrapositive of my argument, of my statement. I'm saying what you are not interested in, which is computer science, and that's natural, right, Leonie? You're not interested in it.
I'm not interested.
What do you tell the viewers? What you lecture at university? Go ahead. Criminology. Good.
I teach criminology.
You lecture criminology. Were you interested in criminology?
I went into the prisons, and then it sort of changed my view.
Were you interested in criminology before?
No, I didn't know.
Okay, why did you go in criminology? Hold on, David.
I then went into a job that exposed me to criminology. So there was nothing.
And then you got interested?
Yeah, through the job.
To the job, okay. So you got interested to it.
Socially, there's a social element.
So what's this now? So you were exposed to criminology and you develop a liking for it. You were exposed to technology and the internet, but you didn't develop a liking for it. You develop a liking for criminology. Society did not teach you any of those. Now I'm gonna ask my fellow. I'm gonna ask my fellow male. Would you be interested in criminology or would you be interested in technology? Ryan, go ahead. Which one you be interested in?
Both of
No,
them.
man, I'm
Are
into
we
technology
saying
right
these are
now.
male?
Technology. Leon into tech already. Fabian into tech. All right.
But are we saying these? Hold on, these are male.
What? How dare you answer me?
No, what I'm trying to prove to Leonie, what I'm trying to use, this small subset of people, I'm trying to show you something where there's naturally males are interested in things that women are not, and it doesn't have to do with what society teaches.
No. So remember that you are all friends. I am friends with Leon, and there's going to be overlapping interests. If you want to talk about socialization, right, just to give a counter argument, I know a lot of female programmers. They're all from India. Their society, they had a lot of call centers, and then India made a big push. We are going to be a country of programmers. And so these women grew up seeing other women coding, right. And we are seeing more and more women coming out of India as coders because there was that push from the society.
Hold on. May I Rory, a friend, and Rory, your argument flawed because I am working here in this country and I teach computer science tech. And when I first came here, it was more along the lines where males were more interested because of the society. And as David said, you see a lot of women coming from India. And if you look at China and those countries as well, you'll find, and even here in the UK now, it is now more dominated by women. It is now a woman thing, basically. It was always a woman thing, but because women were not publicized as being the persons responsible for the development, it never pushed. Same maybe bias towards men get more attention with it, but women were also there. And so,
well, Leon,
yes,
carefully or not just looking at it that more women are in the workforce. Because more women are in the workforce, Okay.
Yeah,
just
more women in the workforce.
Not looking at that. Okay.
But what I'm seeing lately in terms of like deciding what to do and to do the subject and making decisions on a year-to-year basis, I'm seeing more girls or more women moving towards that. And
that is good. That's what we have been preaching all this time, Leon. And here's the thing. Hold on. And if more women get into it, what we are saying is that more women will be part of changing the world. Because the world will be changed by tech. And here's the thing. That's the part that Leonie doesn't understand. That's why Leonie think that there is an oppression against women. Because hold on, David, hold on.
Time out. I'm going to a second point without recognizing what Leon just said. That is not an innate thing. Women are seeing other women and going into tech. That's literally what Leonie just said. I just said. Leon has just said. So you can't just ignore that point. You can't just say.
Can it be a case then?
What I'm saying is that society, the societal pressure, the societal messaging, there are systems, whether it be racism, whether it be society, whether it be feminism, patriarchy, there are systems that are bigger than all 6 of us in this chat that are giving messages to people about how they should be, what jobs they should go into, how they should react to their children, all those things.
All right. Somebody.
Hold on, Roy.
Listen.
The other thing.
No, look at this. Look at this comment. Look at the comment here. The comment says a better example would be construction versus fashion design or makeup artists.
That's a
Because if it's about construction, because even downstairs now, I know a lot of women who are in construction, and every time I ask them which job do construction, I'm like, what? You know, so it is becoming, society is changing, and I don't think women are as oppressed or as before. Things are changing.
Oppressed.
But can I say something though?
Let's not use the word oppressed.
It's an oppression.
But no.
Let's not use the word oppressed. We're nurtured.
No, hold on, Leonie.
No,
Thank you.
I think we need to not sidestep the fact that these issues that we're discussing, for example, saying these are social messages, we do agree with that.
Okay.
I would never say that that's not the case. You understand? Messages are brought across to us as children of how to behave. But I just want to say this though, and not for us to jump and say there's not certain things that are innately endowed within people and women and boys. I strongly believe that.
I agree with that.
So David, the truth is, David, I know why you know. We just
like how positive I am. Say, who's positive I am? Who's positive I am? That comment is a goal. Is your father? That is a goal mine comment. It's all about economics, nothing about innate. Yo, listen, you can't give me a plaque. It is about economics, nothing about innate. Well, anyways, guys, we got over 2 hours. Listen. Listen. No, sorry viewers for carrying this thing and carrying all the way to 2 hours. We have never done this. We just said this is the last time we talk about women and men and equality.
Let us not say it's fine.
It's the last time I will be talking about it. Because I don't want to get Leonie passionate again. But anyhow, listen, guys. All right.
We'll have to bring more people.
In summary, yeah, we'll probably.
Women.
Maybe, but in summary, though,
we're stuck in our mindset.
True.
Okay, can I just ask?
Women representing.
Can I ask? Okay, so we've had this conversation for 2 hours. Have you changed your mind about anything at all?
Yeah, something has changed for me. Can I say what has been changed? All right, so I agree with you that there are subliminal messages, right, being passed down from generation. I think my internet is acting up, so if I'm in and out, sorry about that, guys. But there are subliminal messages that are being passed down generations. I agree with David on that. And in terms of how the household should run, and who should be in charge, and those type of things, right? And that is true. But what I also believe is that some of those subliminal messages are in fact true, right? So we're not debunking the message to say, okay, guess what? Men should not be leaders of the household anymore, right? It should be 50-50. I cannot say that. Because even though we didn't touch the topic because we went on and on and on, but I do think men are better leaders, but I don't want everybody to come and kill me. Right? Mm-hmm. Right? No, so these messages coming down, I agree with you that some of them, like for example, men should be in tech and not women, or men should be inventing stuff and not women. I don't agree with those stuff. I think more women should be inventing stuff, right? But I strongly think that men are not equal to women. We play 2 different roles in society. the man should understand the role he plays, and that's the problem. They not understand it. That's why people fatherless, right? And women should understand their role. And if you have a household where both male and female understand the role, it will be a well-run household. And anytime you find a household, one man before you kill me, anytime you find, a lot of times you don't find a household that is toxic, right? Is that one of the two not recognizing their role.
Can I
right?
can I ask you a question, Rory, in regards to this roles?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Is it that there should be man must be the head of the household and the woman, or are you just saying
Man must and man should be the head of the household, and he should have a companion, a life partner, a woman in blood vessel, in right hand. The woman him cannot lead effectively without him right hand. He need him right hand to lead properly.
Hold on. I don't look on that to say that it means that he. Hold on. It don't mean say him being the head don't mean that
I rule with a heavy hand.
He might rule within a heavy hand.
Exactly.
No, we're not talking about. I'm not talking about heavy
because
hand,
you can't have two people. You have to have one who will lead. And in the long run of it, a woman.
I think you've frozen, or you still. Oh, your face still fixed up.
No man. Him face fixed up. Him not like to hear
Frozen
this.
in terror.
Fiban, hold on. Let me just ask you that question. Leonie, if man should and must not lead, are you saying woman should?
I believe so. I'm not against roles in a household. I think people have an understanding of what goes on within a household. So, and if someone can't do it that day, then the other person does it. I'm not.
But that doesn't change who
Hold on. This, I struggle, and why I struggle with this. Man should be head of the household because I'm trying to work out what tools do you have, or what tools have you been given that would suggest that you're better as a man to lead than a woman would. No, so I am in agreement in you guys discussing, and then you'll have one person who just says, you know what, we can't make a decision. Let me just make a decision. I'm all for that. I understand why even women would turn around and say, you know what, my man is the head of the household because I know what the responsibility, and I'm all for that.
But so Leonie, so what about a company? So you think a company can be run effectively if you don't have a leader?
My relationship isn't. But my relationship is not a company. I can't look at I can't look at a loving relationship. I know I've heard this before. I've heard this business. How does it work as a business in regards to, in a business you have a CEO and you have someone that assists. I get all that. But I just can't take that analogy and apply that to a relationship because
hold on.
Life happens. So I mean, I said, Rory, I'm glad you have a partner that can do that with you, and you have that dynamic, and it's a fantastic dynamic, and fantastic, it works for you guys. But I don't think that, as I said earlier in the chat, one rule applies to all. I know.
Look at the comments, Leonie. People are saying that when you're saying what tool the man is given, people are saying man is given the tool to lead. He's equipped to lead.
Leonie, you're not listening to what they're saying, you're not listening to what Rory said. Because what Rory has said tonight, right? Okay, like listen to it. It makes a lot of sense, okay? Like what he just said in close make a lot of sense. That women innately are better at cleaning the house, cooking the house, looking after the children. So the women are better at looking after the house and making sure the house is running. But the person who should make decisions for the person who's better at looking after the house is the man. Because
I did not say that. I said
that is not the case.
No, I did not say that.
That is why I jumped in. No, that is why I jumped in.
I did not
say that. I jumped in and said,
no,
David.
This is not made by both of us. This is right. If I said made by both of us, right. David, listen. Let me explain to you.
You have to have a goal as a team.
The leader
and the leader won't lead you.
The leader who does not know what temperature the children are or how to clean.
That don't mean anything. What are you talking about, David? You don't know the temperature mean that you can't be a leader?
David, my wife,
I think you guys have
if you ask my wife,
warped.
She doesn't feel no less than or anything like
that.
No,
it is because
hold on. She is equal in the sense that as human, but in terms of Go ahead.
As a man, as what I've got to know you over the past few months, you probably I don't have any concerns in regards to you being some toxic man that comes over. I don't know why my child is in here.
Don't worry, blurred.
I have no concerns that you're some toxic man that's controlling your household or whatever. Don't get me wrong, you're a force to reckon with and I totally respect that. And you probably make your wife feel very safe. That's what I've got from you, yeah? So she has no problem, no issues leaning on you. She has no problem. No, my man's got this. I can lay back. I don't need to.
No, she doesn't really do that.
What? I'm just in a.
I'm not gonna say, she's gonna lead back. I'm just saying that.
But she's happy for you to be in that position, right?
What position?
And if you're saying that you're leading my household,
Right.
I'm giving it to you, mate. You work that out. That's your decision. You make those decisions. We can have a conversation about it.
So that's the question. You think a woman may or should at some point be the head of the household?
If that works in their household, yeah.
Yeah.
Rory, let me say something. Let me put it this way. Because how should I put it now? I believe that in some situations the woman can be the head. If the woman has more level-headed in terms of how she go about the finances, how she go about taking care of the household or whatever, the woman can lead.
I've sure met more money than you.
But I am saying no. That
doesn't define the head, though. That doesn't define the head of the household. No.
Exactly. I'm thinking of missing the point.
That doesn't define the head of the household, though. Not because she earn more or she can manage the finance more. That doesn't define the head of the household.
I am saying no. Hold on, no worry. Hold on. I am saying this now. Good. I believe that men should lead. Men should be the head. But there are instances where sometimes the woman have to just, take the bull by the horn and say, you know what, let me lead.
And true.
Yeah, because sometimes you have some man with just lackadaisical and them just not pull no weight. You understand?
Right.
And sometimes the way they go about things, it's not very pragmatic. They just say, you know what, because my man may go just sit back and just let things happen and not lead effectively, and then the house now become a place where there, as I said, power struggles, all these things will come up because guess what? There's a man there that is not leading effectively. But if the man, like myself, or for example, I meant about a real man now, real man will lead and lead effectively, and
I agree with 80% of what you said.
Huh? No, but I'm just kind of summarizing my thing. So a real man lead him household. You understand? In a devotion, all these little things. But the woman, her role, the man at the head, the woman at the neck. The head can't throw it on the neck. You understand?
Can't breathe neither.
No, can't breathe. You understand? We need you guys. But as it relates to the nurturing part, God up in heaven, say, I give it to Uno. You understand? Because guess what? I am not. Yeah, no, but I'm not summarizing my whole thing. I'm just saying, as it comes to the nurturing part and the responsibilities of the home, I believe that would be a more 70-30 or whatever in terms of taking care of the home and all that stuff. Because if I should be, if you want, that's what we have to agree to disagree on some things. But I'm saying, if I was
Arlene say we were sent to balance the equation. Wow,
if I should take up that responsibility of doing all those things in the home, I'm telling you, it would not be where it is right now. You understand? Because I am not good at that.
So can I just ask, what makes you guys leaders? Because nothing in anything that you've said would
the Bible,
would be like,
God.
Would be like, so that's it.
Order.
The good book, yeah, the good book.
That's
the good book, my fella.
That's
yeah.
Order.
There's no skill required.
Let me. No, hold on. Let me put it this way.
No.
So I've got to rely on
with penis.
Leonie, hold on. No, Leonie, let me put it this way. I'll summarize it this way, Leonie. Everybody have to have standards, yeah, right? And just like in the law in any country or whatever, it comes from the government, all right? And you say this is what governs the people. I am saying to you now that you, as in your household, you must have your standard from somewhere, like moral values and so forth. It must come from somewhere. We get it from the Bible. You understand? I don't know what book you get yours from, or it's just come from.
Remember, say not believe in the Bible, Ryan. Remember, say David not believe in the Bible.
No, hold on. But I don't know what. For example, I'm not gonna go down certain topics. But what I'm saying, go down certain road. But what I'm saying is that you have to have somewhere where you pull your source of where you pull what governs your household and your values from. You understand? And we get it from the Bible. I don't know where David get his from. You understand? Probably have to tell us in another discussion, but we get it from the Bible. And a lot of the laws and what governs many countries, they put it from their book or whatever, the Bible or the Quran.
So what tells you in the Bible about how you should lead a household?
It says the man should be the head of the household, and it says the woman should be submissive.
What does that require?
What does it require? All right, he says just like how Christ is the head of the church. You understand? Yeah. And Christ being the head of the church means that he gives us certain statutes and precepts that we should follow. And it's the same thing with the man being the head. He's going to lay down certain things and say this is how the house should be run. And that is what I believe. Yeah. The Bible, the good book not change, Leon. The Bible not change, Leon. The Bible not change. The word of God not change. Okay.
We're not challenging the Bible, but what we are saying is things and times change in the sense where back in the day, man used to lead because they have more strength and all of these things. And so, but things change now. We're safe in our home, but in the home, who is the person who can share a vision to success and also lead by example?
Who in your house? Let me ask about your household. Right. Who in your household?
Let me finish. Who in the household can demonstrate integrity and pretty much lead to that success? Who in the household can communicate effectively and bring across information will make a difference? Who in the household can make the hard decisions, and recognize when success is made or is about to be made and what will lead there? Who in the household can empower or motivate or inspire the next person? I'm going to say both away. If my wife never have these skills, we don't want that.
Because I'm about to go over.
While we are going to say,
I'm going to forever be a head of my house.
While I'm going to say, I am the head of the house because my wife allowed that. But the qualities that make a good leader, I think both of us have it. And that is why I'm married to her. And that is why I'm not going to leave her in them way there. But who is a leader? Maybe we need to talk about that in more details. Who is a leader?
Nobody said the group
Leon, so let me ask you a question, Leon. Tell wife if you move from beside the broom. But hear me, Leon, so I agree with you. Both of you have the characteristics to lead. See? But let me ask you a question. Submissive. Why did you decide that you are leader? Why you decide that you are going to be the leader? What?
Society.
Society get that?
Be honest.
Thank you, Leon.
Okay.
And I think on a whole too, one of the characteristics that me have as a man, we talked about this before, is that I am probably more aggressive, especially let's talk about work. While my wife would be loving and nice and whatever, I'm very aggressive, and that's why I get the positions. And that's why I made this and that. But that don't mean to say I'm smarter than she. But it's because of how society look upon the way how we behave. Why me would I say me get more money than she or whatever, she not as well paid as me. But if you look on the skills and enough time at work, me feeling and she like, yo, babes, you can't deal with them people because my way of dealing with something.
Play nice, guys.
Exactly. All the time I would do that.
Different. So she had the person. So it's 50-50 to me. But I guess because we are from a Christian society, nobody now wants to say the truth as it, because I'm going to say, yo, you go against what God say or whatever. But if you look into the facts of things, what can I do that my wife can't do? The only thing I can do is be aggressive.
Yeah. Can I ask something, Leon? What does leadership really look like in your household? When you say you lead, because you're saying 50-50, but I want to know on what aspect of it you consider yourself leading.
All right.
Yeah, what do you do? Make it say yourself.
You lead, yeah.
Well, me.
So might get in trouble though. If you get in trouble, just tell me.
Just wink one time.
Yeah.
I'm probably the least person to get in trouble here, so because as we said, me and my wife, before we become married, we were like best friends. You understand?
Okay, all right. So tell me now. We don't want you going at the wife as.
We have a deep understanding of each other.
Mm-hmm.
But
Tell me now.
I would say I am the leader in the sense where if you look at it this way, my wife think about the house, she think about the kids, what them need, what food for dinner.
Is it that natural or you teach her that?
Oh, for goodness sake.
Before we even go for natural and teach, we wouldn't teach her anything. But
Okay.
naturally she think about those things. And naturally me think about how we are gonna make money. What me I gonna do? How me can be different, how me can bring more things. All right, we need a new house. Me start put things into action or whatever. She can give me ideas.
Same thing, yes, brother. Same
Which
thing.
is that is where the support is. You are the driving force. She's the one with the ideas. Communication is the key.
That's what we're saying, Leon.
That's all we're saying, and that's why I'm simply saying it's not a problem with you being so strong-headed as a woman, right? It's just that.
I was
I'm not pointing no fingers.
No. I just want. Can I just want to add. Don't get me wrong. I would love. I've said this to you guys before. I would love. I was in a dynamic.
Yes, you mentioned it to me already.
Where I can have a head of my household, right? I'm not disputing or having an issue with someone being head of the household. I love that idea because that for me that tells me I could just, you can go and deal with that stuff.
That's not what it means, though.
You still.
I think you're mixing it up.
I support him, yes, but when it comes down to finite decisions and being in the driver's seat, that ain't me. Right, so I can go to you, babe, I think that's a really good idea. You should go and do that. Yeah, you go do that. I can tell you, great, I'm really supporting that. Or you
but it's not. No.
That's not what we're saying.
That's still wrong.
That's wrong.
Let me show you what it is then.
It
is where we have the idea. So simply like me say, say, I want to do this because I think we can get this. You're believing me in what I believe can be achieved. You're the one who go push and find all the resources where me not gonna find myself and support me in that way where I can continue to bring us further to the goal that I saw that at the beginning. That's what it don't mean that you're gonna be sit down and say, you got this, babe. And that is
the question is the question is I want the viewers to do this. Hold on, David. I'm gonna say something. You go ahead. I want the viewers to do this. Take a look around your society, your community. Look at successful relationships. Any relationship that you deem as successful and a relationship that you would want or ideal. Look at that couple. I'm just saying. I don't know.
David. It's fine, Dave. I'm about to jump in it.
Hold on, no, don't jump in there. Hold on. I'm just saying, look at a couple. I don't know what's going to be, guys. I don't know what's going to be. I'm going to say, look at a couple. And look at a couple that is functioning as our couple ought to function.
How many years in a relationship?
Yeah, look at it to say they are doing, let's say they're over 15 years in marriage, right? And look at the relationship and see if there is if you can identify a clear head in the household or not. And if you look at a couple that is over 15 years and you say, okay, the woman run things or the man run things, tally up that. And then that would basically, we can draw a conclusion. Right. You can draw a conclusion for yourself.
What helps, right? As Leon sort of touched on it, what helps a relationship in regards to man being the lead and the woman is society, right? It's deemed acceptable for a man to lead a relationship. It's sort of looked down upon if a woman is leading that relationship, right? The man you're not being a man. You didn't. Why is she in charge? Whatever it may be. Now, if you're asking me, and I've said this to you guys before, I've yet to see, and that's probably why I'm as single as I am. I've yet to see a relationship where I'm like, yes, I want that. I have not seen that, because in every relationship that I see with that, it would suggest that I need to somehow maybe calm myself down. Man, no, there's nothing wrong with Leon and Sharice's relationship. Me and Leon had a conversation up to a week ago.
No, you can say we're chessing, because I agree with you. There's absolutely no one that I know in a relationship that I would want to be in.
All right, you
No.
know, for attack
Yeah,
Leon,
no.
so can you
Yeah,
get?
no.
Hey,
Jeez.
And my little
hold on.
sister is married.
Before we have
Hold on.
And I know Leon.
Wait. Hey, hold
Right,
on.
listen,
wait.
guys, we're not going
Hold on, let me
over
talk.
40 minutes.
No,
so
no.
Right, so
Can we announce? We
what
need to
makes
announce
a
the
good
winner. The
relationship?
winner, though.
8 more minutes.
Because
Hold on,
Yeah.
2 hours and 32
Hold on,
minutes.
let
Jan no
Leon-
star.
let Leon-
All right.
we are talking about leadership in a relationship.
Mhm,
If you guys are one and you're married,
mhm.
you know, you might start questioning why me have to stand out as the leader. It's just who you are and what you do. I got determine that.
It's
So
dominant
you
within
don't
a
have to, you
relationship.
don't have to be like, okay, man specifically have to be. But you must be good friends with your wife or your husband or your boyfriend or whatever. If you have friendship, then you have a lot of things. Let's go already. Next thing you must
Right.
have is trust.
Mhm,
Right.
You're supposed to can trust each other. That
mhm.
if the
Right.
person have a certain interest and want to do certain things, you can support them. You trust
Support.
them and trust
Right.
what them want to do. That it will lead to something.
Right.
The next thing you must have is
Right.
respect. You have to respect your partner. And if you have respect, there's not going to be any type of fight to say who a leader and who are not leader. You know, you must have affection. You must love your partner, you know, and give them attention and time. And that will make it work. You understand? You talk about teamwork. You know, you have to work together, have the same vision. If you don't have the same vision, things don't go work. Even if the man are the leader 100 times, if the woman not supporting that or the man not supporting the woman, then there's going to be a problem. Along with that, it comes with honesty. You must be honest to each other and open enough to be able to express your views and what you want. And with that,
With
that will make it
compassion.
work. Yeah, yes. Now, some
Where
relationship.
you want where you want this on a winner, true.
Well,
I know, right?
yeah, because as everybody have them needs, and I want to be a successful entrepreneur, and certain so with that, I go spend money on building my business. I go spend time where we might not spend with the family and stuff, so that can cause a lot of issues and stuff. But if you understand each other and all of that, then things we can work. But if you know have that
Understanding.
teamwork, understanding, and communication, not gonna work. And
Not
the
gonna
next
work.
thing is intimacy. You know, some people can't show intimacy or can't be. But once them get to certain points in a relationship or certain years, intimacy dead out. You have to find new ways to make that work. But not talk about leadership or whatever. No, I talk about what makes a good relationship.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
You must be able
That's-
to
and
be clear.
let me
You must be able to
go back to
play.
ask you the question, Elian. Let me go back to ask question. Because yes, that makes a good relationship. So nice on paper. May I ask you the question? Do you think that women and men, the whole soul, are equal?
Back in the day, no. But nowadays, I don't see why they can't be.
Okay. All right. Now wrap it up enough. Fabian, do you think men and women are equal?
No, we all serve a different role, so we're not going to be equal.
Okay.
We come together to make a unit, right? To be one. So
No. All right,
So
Ryan,
you're more
what do you think,
important
Ryan?
than a woman.
it's not about who is important over
But that's what we're
whoever
talking about.
is.
Equality. Equal.
Equality
Are you equal?
Ryan, what you say, Ryan?
as it relates
Well-
to what importance.
No equality. Better.
Talk about
No, equality. Come, Ryan. Are men and
Well,
women
I'm
over 2 hours?
gonna be
Put it
I'm
back.
gonna be very prudent in terms of my answer here. I believe that we've come a long way in terms of how we treat each other and how we treat women. But I personally I believe that women, we're not equal, of course, but in terms of the roles and the responsibilities, I think
That's
that
different.
it's more the female that is going to be, how should I put it now? It's more the female that's gonna take up most of the responsibilities in the home. That's my take. Based on it's not
Are
based-
they equal?
no, they're not.
Okay,
He did
okay.
answer.
Exactly.
He
So
said-
we're not-
Oh, man,
we're not
he said
equal.
I didn't hear.
that's
Sorry,
what
I
he-
didn't hear.
he
Sorry,
said
I
No,
didn't
we're
hear.
not equal. No.
We're not
Okay.
equal.
All right. Leonie?
Some put up about equality.
Now I would like Leonie to go last, please. I think as
No,
a
I
woman, she
want
should have the
you to
last
go
word.
last, David.
No, man,
Come.
David have to defend the female, so he must forget
No, I'm
first.
gonna give it to David. I'm gonna give it to
I
David.
think Leonie should go last, man.
Yeah, let me go last.
All right,
Let me
go,
hear from
David.
Ben.
Go on, David.
No, all right. If you're gonna
No,
go last,
then go Rory. You
let
go
me
first.
Go,
Go,
let me go
Rory.
then.
Go.
Right.
Make it
So,
short, you know. No problem.
yeah, are women and men equal? Hell no. But I always refer to the whole soul like how I refer to the Trinity, the God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. And they are not equal, folks. And Christians can come and take me on, but it's another day. God the Father, not equal to Jesus, right? But they are one. Unity. Unity. That's a key, right? In my household, we're not equal, but it's one. Respect each other, right? And we operate in unity. But God tell me, say me to be the head, I may be the head of the household. I am leading, and I can't function without her. And if something happen to her, I know I'm going to manage. So, here we go. Equality, no. Oneness and unity, yes. That's my take on it, right? So, yeah, I don't have anything more to say about besides that. So, go ahead now, David.
Right. So thank you all for inviting me to the podcast. If there's one thing that I would like to leave with your audience and yourselves is just, again, and I've been consistent in this message, it is just for you to take a moment this week until the next Yardy Links to just think about the fact that there are systems bigger than yourself, bigger than your marriage, bigger than your relationship with people, bigger than whatever. There's systems, patriarchal systems, capitalist systems, racist systems acting upon us. And the messaging that women and men get are very different. There isn't an innate softness to men or an innate softness to women or an innate hardness to men. Empathy, these are skills that can be learnt, but are pushed on sexes differently, whether that messaging is coming from the church, school, advertisement for toys, children's shows, movies, whatever. These are things that we see. And so because of this, men and women are unequal. And so if you are looking to get into a relationship with a woman, think about trying to make that relationship equitable, not equal for her. Easiest way to do it is financial. A better way to do it would be to figure out what temperature your child is supposed to be.
What shit?
These are things that we can learn. Just like women can learn about cars and wheels and they choose not to, sure, whatever. If it works for you, it works for you. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But if we want to move to a more pluralistic, equitable society where cars and bikes can share the road equally, these are things we should think about.
All right, well said. All right, go ahead.
Wrap it up. Female, Rose among the thorns, wrap it up.
I gotta wrap it up, or am I just answering the question? I didn't know where
You wrap it up, man. Wrap it up. Bring it home.
Just, I mean, nothing here I've said I haven't said before. I'm very much in agreement with David. In regards to, yes, I don't believe men and women are equal. I've said that from the very beginning, from prior to this podcast. I would hope that all of you and everyone listening has taken something from this conversation, and take it, learn from this conversation. Men, I'm pleading and begging with you to listen more. The same, and I'm gonna use the race thing again. The same way I ask white people to shut up and listen to black people, I'm gonna ask men at times. I just need you to shut up and listen. So when a woman says, this is what this is, that's what it is. It doesn't need to be an argument. It doesn't need to be a discussion. It doesn't mean, but the stats say my feelings and who I am cannot be quantified. So that's the best way I can really wrap it up. I just really hope that, I know this has been a really long podcast. I hope majority of you stayed on listening to it. Learn something. I hope you've learned something today. I hope you can go off and research a bit more. I don't know, have these conversations with women in your lives about how they feel or they don't feel. And there may be women out there that think I'm talking utter BS, and that they're right to feel that way. So
All right.
Who's the winner? Who's the winner for this week? For the one. I know who's the winner quickly, no?
All right. So the winner for this week is a young lady that has been with the show from the beginning, and I think she only missed one show. And I see her in the comments today. She's always here, always very supportive. And so, oh, by the way, before I announce the winner, click the like button, people. And also, remember we have ultimate prize to give away Christmas, right? So make sure you tune in. Look forward to that. And forgive us for going so long. I said that already. All right. But we had to get this out. All right. So the winner for this week, or for this month, drum roll for me. Boom. So that go boom. 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 Miss Natalie Noble. All right. So I hope I'm seeing her in the comments. So I hope she's here.
Very close. It was very close between two people.
No, yeah, but the next person probably next time. Right. But if Natalie is here, you can say something in the comment. But we are happy to have you as a supporter from day one. And we appreciate all of you guys. Really do. And sometimes, it may look like, okay, we get up and just do this thing. It's like, oh, every week they come out. But we really have to make time for it. And it's a passion for all of us. Because, this is not a full-time job for any of us. And we're just doing this for the love. And so we want you guys to show us some love. Let us feel like we are doing something good and just having these entertaining discussions. By just clicking the like button, share it with your friends and say, listen to these guys. They might say, what kind of rubbish is this? But at least you share it, right? We'd appreciate it. And so thank you so much. Next week, we're not talking about this. We have a topic already, but we can't tell you, right? So it's going to be a very interesting one again. All right?
And can I add?
Big up to the French, Argentinian, them.
Oh my God.
The Brazilian people. Let me see something.
Big down.
The Moroccans.
Big down.
Yeah.
No, big up. Big down to the Brazilian. I was so happy that Brazil went to him. Oh my God.
Yeah,
Can I bring it back to the podcast? Can I bring it back to the podcast, please? Can I bring? I'm going to bring it back to the podcast. I just want to add, as heated and as passionate as we all get in here, there is still full love. I love every one of these dudes here, as much as they say some stuff, and I'm just like, what the hell?
I mean, shut your word for.
Not just Rory. There's a couple others in here that's just like.
Me too, man. Me too.
Yeah. So as I
Even David too.
So I just wanna say, yeah. So after this, we may, like I said, make it heated, make it passionate. Anything to do with women, anything to do with black, I get very, very passionate about. But I love them all. And I'd like to think, it's reciprocated. So we will come off of this.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, we will come off of this live chat and whatever, and still kicks it in our group chat or in our WhatsApp. So I just want to let you guys know that we don't leave here and want to choke each other out. So
And we're enemies.
We love each other.
Hey, I always think also, when we used to go to church, I went to church and some people vex with one another. Then if you fix up that little part there.
What? You know, we church go.
Anyway, we got all right, cool. Later, people. Well, good.
See you later.
See you next week. And Natalie, you touch base with you for the gift, yeah?
All right.
All right, later.
Cool.
We're out.